What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to the Blazers Uprise post-game show. Tonight, we have our Christmas giveaway night, which is a good thing because we get some positivity in the post-game show. The game itself, not positive for the Blazers. They lose 132-108, get blown out on the second straight Texas game. A bad Texas two-step for the Blazers. We're going to break down the game a little bit. We're going to give away the presents behind me as well, which should be a lot of fun. We got the Santa hats. Eric, yours looks bigger than mine. Mine is a little tight on the head, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to wear this and think properly the whole game, but you know, I'll rock it for some of it for sure. Also, you're muted, by the way.
I've already considered cutting the back of mine because it is way too tight, cutting off the circulation to my brain.
Dude, I feel it. We got big heads over here, man. All that CBA knowledge, makes your head pretty big. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. We can I don't know. Cutting it's a decent idea. Maybe I should as well, but yeah, you know what I'm going to do? It's going to sit on top of my head, okay? It's just going to sit right there. I'm not going to have it down on my head. There we go. We got the Santa hat. We're giving away the presents behind us. We got 5 presents, okay? What we're going to do later in the stream, we're going to randomly select 5 people. You get to choose which present you want to open. There's a couple pretty good things. There's one thing that I think people are really going to want. So it's exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. Excited to do that later in the show. But Eric, there's a basketball game tonight.
I wish there wasn't.
Are we fully entering tank mode already?
I don't know. What's hilarious, Tori? Every time we win a game, even though we can win our next game, and people be like, "Oh, are we gonna fight back into the play-in picture?" Like I got those questions after. And no, I mean I'm not trying to make fun of anyone who asked that or who thinks that, but we beat Denver and everyone's like, "Oh, could we get back into the playoff picture?" And it's like, no, we can't. We suck. We just, had a good shooting night, So, yeah. Bouquet says he wishes cut off circulation to his brain during the game instead.
Yeah. Shout out to you if you wore a Santa hat watching this game and weren't able to take in this disaster class by the Blazers because Eric, did you listen to our the stream on the second channel earlier today that I did solo?
I only heard a little tiny bit of it, and before the game started.
So I discovered something. I discovered something that I kind of want to ask you if you knew this. Okay.
I know Chauncey sucks.
No, that's not what I just discovered. Not what I just discovered. What I just discovered is, did you know that going into this game, our defense was statistically worse than our offense?
That's awesome. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but yeah.
So I went and looked at dunksandthrees.com, okay, and they have adjusted offensive rating, adjusted defensive rating, which I think is the best offensive and defensive rating stats because it also takes into account who you've played. And the Blazers, going into this game, were ranked 28th in adjusted offensive rating and 29th in adjusted defensive rating, which is insane that their defense is somehow even worse than their offense because their offense was last in the league last year and their offense was, last in the league for a good part of this season. But their defense, Eric, has fallen off a cliff. And on this show that we have, it's on our second channel. If you don't know, Blazers Uprise Podcast, there's a link to it in the description box below. But on that stream, I said one of the biggest issues facing this Blazer team is just their lack of an identity. And we talk about identity all the time. But what was the 2 things that they wanted to hang their Santa hat on this year, Eric? They wanted to hang their hat on defense and playing at a fast pace. Their pace is 15th average. Offensive possession length 13th. At least that's barely above average, okay? So maybe they did something, right? And then defense was the other thing. Defense. They want to be a hard-nosed defensive team. They got some good defensive players. They're the second worst defense in the league. They are terrible defensively. They're terrible offensively. They're also one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in the league. I don't know if they're still last, okay? But just like every single area of basketball, they suck at. And they come out tonight and kind of hang close for a little bit and then just get boat raced that second half, get absolutely destroyed, and can't do anything on either side of the floor. So it's another game where there's really not much positives out of it, not many positives out of it. You had Denny play well. You had Sharp have a good first half and then kind of disappeared in the second half, which 13 points. He only played 24 minutes. Yeah, he only played 24 minutes. So, at least he didn't play much in the second half, I guess. So maybe this is his third good game in a row, but we always talk about Sharp and consistency, and hopefully he doesn't start disappearing again. That second half, I don't even know if he played, it seemed like. So, Ayton was 8 for 11. He had 16 points, but you just look at the shooting numbers. 28% from three. They turned over 18 times, and Dallas shoots 53% from the field against them. They also sent Dallas to the line 34 times, and it's just a brutal game. They give up 13 offensive rebounds to the Mavericks, despite them shooting 53% from the field. The Blazers won the offensive rebounding battle. They got 16 offensive rebounds, but they missed a lot more shots. So, just one of those games, there's not much to take away from. And Grant, terrible once again. Scoot, 4 for 11, another inefficient night. He was 2 for 3 from 3, which is good, but nothing inside the arc. I guess the biggest positive is Jabari Walker went 6 for 7 from the field in 8 minutes. That's what we're talking about today. So, Eric, what are your overall thoughts on this game? Because this one was pretty brutal.
My main thought was, man, this sucks to watch, dude. Like, it's not even fun, and that's, once again, it's fading back to last year, where we have a bunch of players like Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simons most of this year, just sticking up the court, and we're careening towards another season of what the heck was the point of this season other than to be bad.
Yeah. And
it's not building towards something sustainable or anything like that. Yeah. And so this game, I think, was a microcosm of that. It's just like all our problems just seem to keep happening again and again. And the players are basically the same, and the coach is the same. The GM's the same. The person putting the roster together and all that kind of stuff. It's all the same. And to me, I think that's why you need to change one of those equations. The easiest thing to do would be to start making trades. So until that point, it's going to be really rough. And even if we make great trades, like if Cronin somehow pulls a bunch of good value out of these guys who aren't playing well, how are we supposed to still feel good about the players coming in if they're coached by Chauncey Billups? So it's frustrating to me. Like, this whole organization from top down is just a complete joke and a mess, and it sucks as a Blazer fan, because I saw some people talking in chat because someone asked, "Are we the worst team in the league?" And I don't think we're as bad as the Wizards, but
team, though.
But I'd rather be the Wizards right now, and at least you suck and you're not trying to actually do anything.
Yeah.
And Stars looked a lot better. He's shooting like 40% from three over his last 10 games or something like that. I don't know what we have to hang our hats on right now.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. It's depressing. And I said last post-game show, it feels like we're getting to the point where a lot of games are going to look like last game. And yeah, they have that buzzer beater win against Denver, but it's just the same exact thing where they'll have a flash in the pan, where they have a good game, where they make some shots and they're competitive, and then two blowout losses, and it's just the seesaw that this team is on, man, where it doesn't matter if they have a good game or two good games or whatever. It's never sustained, or the improvement isn't sustained. We're not expecting this team to be good and win a lot of games, but what we've always asked for is just sustained improvement throughout the season. You got 82 games of reps. You got young players that have a lot of room for growth, so should see growth over the course of a season, should improve. And you got a team that, is I don't know, like they're just kind of soft, man. They're just kind of soft. And when they have an embarrassing game, they respond to it pretty well. The Memphis game and the Utah game, they bounced back from both those embarrassing losses pretty well. But it's like stuff has to get really bad for them to play with like motivation and play hard and all that. If you remember the team meeting where they needed to address the elephant in the room earlier this season, right? And then they played some inspired basketball after that, and it always drops off. And it's like, okay, what is your DNA as a team? Because if you need to have a players only meeting, if you need to lose to the Utah Jazz by 40 at home in order to pull your heads out of your asses, then you're probably a pretty soft, pathetic team. And it's just like the lack of consistency with this team in terms of effort, in terms of doing the things that works for them, moving the ball. The half-court sets are a joke. We've said that all season long. It's just what we've come to know under Chauncey Billups, and it's what we've come to know in this rebuild. And if they were consistently losing games but consistently showing improvement in certain areas and playing better basketball because of it, and consistently playing hard defensively and consistently trying to do the little things, I think everybody would feel a lot better about this rebuild. But it's the way they completely fold some nights. It's the way their body language changes when things start getting bad, when a team starts going on a run. It's some periods of time where they just don't fight for the ball. Like, all that stuff is miserable to watch as a fan, and I share your same sentiments. It's not fun basketball right now. It's not fun basketball, and occasionally they'll have a flash that will pull some fans in, like you touched upon, but we've come to know that under Chauncey Billups, you're not going to get sustained improvement. You're not going to get sustained development of players. Nothing is ever sustained under Chauncey Billups, okay? When he has a reason to say, if you sleep tonight, you're a loser, then the team will show up next game. But the game after that, nah.
We just got blown out by San Antonio by 20 and looked pretty bad in that game. Why was the bounce back this game?
It wasn't embarrassing enough.
Yeah, I guess. That's sad that the 20-point losses don't register as are embarrassing. You have to lose by 30 plus.
I mean, but do you know what I mean? Like, I say that kind of as a joke, but also not really.
No, I know, but like,
and that's the funniest thing about it, and it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, this game only ended up being 24, but it was well over 30 at one point. So like, to me, it doesn't count as a 24-point loss when you have like 4 minutes of bench, like into the bench guys playing.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their bigs too. Eric, do you realize their centers? I'm not counting Maxi Kleba, all right? Their centers are, because Maxi Kleba is kind of like a 4-5. Their centers are Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, Dwight Powell. Their centers shot 12 for 12 today. Those three guys combined to go 12 for 12 from the field today.
Gafford made everyone their biatch.
Yeah, I mean, just super soft on the interior, man. And it's like I saw somebody raise this question. I don't know if Klingen's fully healthy or if it's some sort of rookie wall, but like he doesn't quite seem the same right now defensively as he was a little bit earlier in the season before he ended up missing time. He had that 8-block game against Minnesota, and I don't know what the deal is with him, but he's definitely not as impactful. But I mean, the biggest thing is DeAndre Ayton just is not good defensively. I don't care that he was 8 for 11 today. Okay, he had a good offensive game, an efficient offensive game. He made some mid-range shots. Great. He got 4 offensive rebounds, 9 rebounds in 26 minutes. Okay, great. The problem is that I've always said he gives up too many offensive rebounds, and he's not good defensively. He's not. He gets pushed around. He gets punked at the rim by big men, by legitimate big men that aren't afraid to be physical, because we know DeAndre Ayton isn't necessarily the most physical player. And it's just the lack of an edge in the front court guys. We've talked about it before. Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton don't have an edge to them. And Jeremy Grant especially, like, he doesn't rebound the ball. He had 0 rebounds last game in 30 minutes, Eric? Right? That was last game, right?
I think so, yeah.
Tonight, 20 minutes, 1 rebound. So in the last 50 minutes, this dude has 1 rebound. Bro, not to be that guy, Eric, but I think if you played me 50 minutes, I could find my way to 2 rebounds. Not to be that guy, but it's pathetic. 1 rebound in 50 minutes from your athletic 6'8" starting power forward. It's almost like he has to try not to rebound to do that.
I think that 1 rebound came right to him, if I'm not mistaken. It just happened to. But
I mean, it's just the lack of an edge at those positions, and it's frustrating. And that's why I like Denny. That's why I like Klingen, and that's why I wish those guys were the starting 4 and 5 right now, because those guys at least bring an edge. And like Klingen's not as gifted as DeAndre Ayton offensively, obviously, right? And Klingen's a work in progress on the offensive end, but at least he brings an edge and an attitude and is competitive. I don't feel that way about Grant and Ayton. It's frustrating paying them $65 million combined. And it's why if the Blazers ever want to find their identity, they have to move off those 2 guys.
Well, that's what I don't get, Tori. I mean, you mentioned the fast-paced stuff talk. Once again, how many people were fooled this time? Did it fool us, Tori?
No.
Yeah, we'll believe it when we see it. That's what our mindset was. But this is every year Chauncey's talked about playing fast. You've mentioned the stats, like it's an average fast break team, but we don't. You see other teams like throw the ball ahead or leak someone on a made basket against us sometimes, and we don't do any of that kind of stuff either. But then so that's just, I mean, the prime example. But then the next example is how Chauncey's talked multiple times about how he wants a scrappy, tough defense that no one wants to play against, and you want that kind of attitude on defense, and that's what he wants our identity to be. And then you start DeAndre Ayton and Jeremy Grant. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, why don't you start the players who actually play the way you've been talking about for 3 years now about wanting to play? We have 2 of those guys on the roster. Those are only 2 acquisitions this offseason. And you're just going to bring them off the bench and allow your team to not play scrappy and tough? Like, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was February already. It's going to be painful waiting for these guys to get traded. But Eric, if Ayton and Grant are still on the team past the deadline, I hope this front office will finally get some heat. I hope this front office will finally start to get questioned about their overall plan. Because there is no way you can go past this deadline with Grant and Ayton still on the team. At this point, it would be addition by subtraction by trading both those guys. And it's not like they're adding talent, right? You're losing talent if you gave away Jeremy Grant, gave away DeAndre Ayton for nothing. But you're creating a lineup where you can actually play with some purpose and some sort of identity. And you're adding Klingen or Robert Williams as the starting center and adding Denny Avdia at the starting power forward. Avdia's been our best forward for almost the entire season, maybe the entire season, right? I think he's definitely been better than Grant, and he's been better than Kamara. He's more well-rounded than Kamara, which is fine. Kamara's great defensively. He's still young, right? So it's not a knock on Kamara, but Avdia's our best forward. You can make the case that getting Jeremy Grant out of his way and playing Avdia the minutes he deserves, 35 minutes a game, 30 to 35 minutes a game, that would probably make us a better team right now, because Jeremy Grant literally can't do anything except for shoot threes, but outside of a couple really hot shooting nights, is a below-average three-point shooter this season. He was 0 for 3 inside the arc today, 1 board in 20 minutes, 2 assists. He has not been a positive player for the Blazers this year, and that's saying a lot considering he's a highly paid veteran on a terrible team. But in terms of becoming that team that scraps, becoming that team that plays defense, becoming that team that won't get pushed around on the interior, pushed around on the boards, removing Grant and Ayton from the situation is addition by subtraction in those specific areas. And people worry about how bad the team is. If those two guys get traded, the team's already bad with them. I would rather watch a terrible team that's actually pushing towards having some sort of identity that's trying to do something well. Because right now it's like, what exactly do you even do close to well? Like you're not even close to good at anything, and it's like everything you say that you try to be good at, everything that you want to hang your hat at, you can't even make progress towards. That is the most disconcerting thing about this season so far, and I feel like they fooled people with some close wins, right? Some close wins, but they're 9-20. They're 9-20, and they have the second worst adjusted net rating in the league. And that is more reflective of how bad this team is than their record. They have a worse adjusted net rating than the Pelicans, than the Jazz, than the Hornets, than the Raptors. The only team worse than them in terms of adjusted net rating is the Washington Wizards. And they have like no vets, and they are trying super hard to be bad to the point where they traded us Denny Avdia. So, yeah, I'm ready to just play the young guys, get rid of the vets, and it's going to be brutal waiting for that to happen, because it's just going to be a ton of games like this. Every once in a while they'll have an exciting buzzer-beating win, but until then it's just waiting. We're just sitting here waiting for them to clean up the mess.
Yep. What you said about the team, if they still have Grant and Ayton on it after the trade deadline, they better have the balls to bench them at the very least, or come up with a surprise injury, or move them to the bench and switch the minutes around between Denny and Donovan and Grant and Ayton. So if they're still not only if they're on the team, Tori, but if they're still starting and playing 30-plus minutes, dude, like, this already a joke organization is going to be just a disgrace, man. I don't even know how much I could handle watching the team if that's the case. You know what I mean? I know we have to and stuff like that, but
I know, man.
It's going to be brutal, man. And I won't even want to talk about the games. Like, can we just goof around on post-game shows or something?
That's where we'll be at, man. I mean, prospect talk, right? Like, that'll have us covered, especially in March. But Eric, I feel very confident that one of Ayton or Grant will still be on the team past the deadline. Do you share those same sentiments?
Yeah. I mean, if I would be surprised if Ayton's traded just because of his contract. Like, I don't know.
And that, I know I sound like a broken record, but that was your prize in the Dame trade.
Yeah.
That was, well, okay, maybe not your prize, Eric, but like that was a lot of people's prize in the Dame trade. Like, the Dame trade is good because look, they got DeAndre Ayton. And it was a guy people were begging for years, man. But it's just a disaster. So, chat, we're going to try and interact with you more tonight, so let us know your thoughts. Ask us any questions you have. We're going to try and do more with chat tonight. We'll do the giveaways near the end of the stream. It's not even a sponsored stream. It's just a Christmas stream. We're supposed to be in the Christmas spirit, but we're two Grinches right now with this team, Eric.
Bouquets has a good question. He didn't put Grant's name in there, but I'm going to add it. With the way Grant's been playing right now, does Ayton actually have more value? Like,
who has less negative value?
Man,
might be the point that we're at. Okay, I don't necessarily believe that, but I don't necessarily not believe that. Like, what team wants Ayton? What team wants Ayton? The teams that want Grant, man, I mean, they're going to have to overlook his play this entire season. And maybe that's possible, but it's not good to go to a team and be like, yeah, just ignore everything this guy has done this entire season, right? We just suck so bad as an organization. That is why he has been terrible. But he's actually not terrible. He's actually good, and you should pay him $30 million a year. Okay, because he's just in a bad situation. On your team, on an actual real organization that knows what they're doing, he would be phenomenal. So you should give us some first-round picks for him. I mean that's I'm joking kind of, but that's in a way how things have to go. Is a team has to overlook the way Jeremy Grant has played this year and say, yeah, no, it's just Portland being super crappy and super incompetent. They have to look at us as incompetent in order to actually trade for Jeremy Grant. Because what team is going to value paying him that contract and giving up assets to do so? If they're actually taking into account his play this year, when he's averaged 15 points per game, 3.5 boards, 2.5 assists, shooting 38% from the field, 37% from three. That's awful. If we were a contending team or fans of other teams, and we were talking about who can we add to make this team better, and we looked at the way Jeremy Grant is playing this year, we'd be like, yeah, no, we don't want to pay him. We don't want to give up any assets for him if we were fans of another team.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think you just got to look at it from a different lens, right? We're sitting here hoping like, yeah, maybe we can still get back a first-round pick for Jeremy. Maybe we can get back a little bit more than a first-round pick for Jeremy. But sometimes I get the feeling that the only reason why we're saying that is because we're Blazer fans. And we're trying to be optimistic, and we're holding out hope that the Blazers can get some value for him. Because I feel like if we were other fans of another team covering another team, we would not be sitting here saying we should give up assets for him.
Fans maybe, but like I said last stream, Jeremy is well respected around the league, and there are seemingly some teams that feel like he's just in a really bad situation, and it's kind of checked out. And we do have the clutch factor, clutch sports, maybe pumping up his value or getting a team to take him on for an exchange of something else, another one of their clients. There is a lot of behind the scenes stuff with that. So I'm still holding out hope that teams aren't just looking at this season. But Clutch kind of owes us a little bit for paying him and Nurk and all that kind of stuff. Like we've taken care of their clients. Yeah. Chauncey, not firing Chauncey.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what it's going to take is a team overlooking his play this entire year and like Clutch doing us a favor. And the only way we get value, it has nothing to do with like real substance. It has to do with ignoring his play this year. So, I mean, I think if the Blazers just like invented an injury and he sat all year, he would have more trade value right now. So that's kind of the bummer is we're playing this dude.
Like Thibault.
Yeah, exactly. We're playing this dude so many minutes. He's taking away from Avdia's minutes when Avdia has been better than him. And he's probably reducing his trade value because of it. Like, where is the positive in that? Where is the benefit in that? And that's where a lot of the frustration comes in, man. And Kenny D asks a good question. Does Grant like being in bad situations? I think he likes playing for bad teams. Grant chose to play for Detroit over Denver. I mean, he wanted to come to Portland to play with Dame and like be more competitive, but you know, he was cool with staying here. I don't really think he cares too much. And that might be part of the problem. I don't know.
Gregory Castillo, what kind of freaking question is that? Brian Grant or Jeremy Grant? I'll go to battle with Brian Grant all day.
Hell yeah.
No offense to Jeremy. He's a good guy, but like...
Mikey says, man, there are some Grinches tonight. Yeah, man. I mean, listen. If you're enjoying games like tonight, I applaud you. Are fans more checked out right now than they have been the past couple of years, Eric?
I don't know. I'm interested to see the TV numbers with the new deal and stuff. I haven't seen much on that.
Or because it's their own deal, they just don't release the numbers.
Maybe
that was their whole
if
plan.
If it's bad, yeah, maybe.
That was their whole plan.
If they're beating last year, though, I think they release it just to.
Yeah, viewership is up 12%. Things are going in the right direction.
But I wonder if that was like a dig at us being negative, calling us Grinches. And
bro, if it was, cool. We are being very negative right now.
Yeah, but I just wonder like why people think they're gonna come and watch this show and we're just gonna be like, oh, this was just a great game, man. This was so fun. Like, they gave it their best try. Oh yeah, gee golly.
The cookie cutter podcast style, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, guys? The team is not that good, and they're young, so they're just trying to figure it out. And it's a rebuild. Everybody should know what a rebuild is, right? Worst type of podcast. Cookie cutter is all just cliche crap. And yeah, I mean, listen, it's a rebuild. You're supposed to build. It's part of the word rebuild. And it's tough to feel like they're building towards anything right now. If rebuild means, yeah, we're going to tank and draft Klingon and then make a trade for Avdia, now we're building. Like, okay, but let's see them build on the court. Let's see them actually make progress on the floor. You bring in these two guys and they're young and they're part of your future, but it's like, okay, we still have basically no progress. How are we worse defensively? How in the world are we worse defensively than last year? Last season, and this includes tanking, last season the Blazers were the 23rd ranked defense. That includes when they tanked for like a month and a half. Okay? This year...
Is that all it was?
Yeah. This year they have not tanked at all. And they went from 23rd last year to 29th this year. How did they get worse? Especially when you consider we were tanking last year, and that's part of that stat. And this year, it's like us trying our best. And we got worse. That's the lack of progress I'm talking about. It's not building towards anything. And you brought in Avdia, who's a really good defender. And you brought in Klingon. And you got a healthy Robert Williams now. How in the hell is it worse? It's the most baffling thing. And at some point, it's like, yeah, you give Chauncey the roster excuse. Okay, the roster is better defensively. The young players should be improving defensively. So you can't give them the roster excuse for the defense becoming even worse. At that point, it almost has to fall on Chauncey.
No, Gregory has a good point. We don't have Matisse Thybulle for Matt Cardell's boy.
Yeah, we need him getting back cut 5 times a game to get 2 steals a game in order to be a better defense. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, we know that. It's just frustrating that other people can't see that and think that's negative to say stuff like we should be a better defensive team than we are. Yeah. Oh, we're such Grinches.
Yeah, I will say, I think most people agree on Chauncey and the offensive sets being bad, right? Like, I don't even talk about that a whole lot anymore. You guys know what it is. The offensive sets suck. They spend way too much time dribble handoff and not generating anything in the half court.
The amount of people who say, well, Tori and Eric, who could we get that's better if you don't like Chauncey? Or, what coach could possibly win a championship with this roster, you idiots?
I like this voice. I love the voice. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like a peewee basketball coach out there that knows how to run more than dribble handoffs. I mean, literally, just get us a coach where you have to pass the ball 5 times before dribbling, and you can't run pick and roll. And our offense would be better if you just put in those freaking peewee basketball rules. It would force him to screen away. It would force him to figure out something else.
Hey Tori, did you see the wrinkle we had tonight in the offense?
No.
We set off ball screens to have the guy come up into the dribble. You can't make this up. We had several times where like we'd put Ant in the corner and we'd have someone go set an off ball screen so he could come up and get the handoff easier instead of being pressured. But it was no different than the normal dribble handoff. He just got a screen running into and it did nothing.
I mean, chat, tell me why that's dumb, okay? In your most Tory Jones way of explaining it, why is setting an off-ball screen to have the guy come run off a dribble handoff dumb? All right, I want to see if chat can predict, can answer this, okay? Don't give him any hints.
The funniest part was, like, you could almost like tell what Anthony was thinking on one of them, because both defenders played high, and I forgot who was screening, but they didn't go anywhere, and there was a wide open avenue to like cut, and he would have had a lay-in or a dunk if the pass got to him. Mm-hmm. And he like thought, like you could see him like think about like, oh, I should go there, but like something like he stopped and like, oh, I can't do that or something, and like went back and got the dribble handoff and was like, no, just cut. Jeez.
Yeah. So the point of an off-ball screen, okay, is to give the guy the screens ran for some space. Okay? So if he comes off a screen and the defender goes under and he stops, he has some space at the three-point line because the defender went under the screen, so the defender is off him, so he can stop, pop, hit a three. If the defender goes over the screen and trails him, he can curl it towards the rim. He has the defender on his back, so he has space in front of him going to the rim. It's to give that guy an advantage. If you set an off-ball screen for somebody to not be a threat coming off that screen, you're defeating the purpose of it because you're not doing anything with any space that you generate. If you have a dude come off an off-ball screen to come up and get a dribble handoff, that gives his defender time to recover and meet him on the other side of that dribble handoff. It's basically just a pick and roll. It's basically just a dribble handoff. The guy guarding the ball can easily just like step out, hedge, slow down Ant, give that guy even more time. There is no point to the off-ball screen for the dribble handoff. It's like Chauncey is so set on running dribble handoff after dribble handoff. It is freaking insane how much this dude loves dribble handoffs to the point where it's like, oh, you know what? Our fans are saying we need more off-ball screens. All right, I'll give the fans what they want. Off-ball screen into a dribble handoff. It's just ludicrous, man. So it's silly. Like Chauncey has no idea how to coach offense. Chauncey's defense has become just conservative drop scheme and basically just sit on your heels and let them attack you, which, a lot of teams run drop scheme, but it's like, if you got Klingon in there, you can run drop scheme. When you got Ayton in there, he's supposed to be mobile. That's why a lot of Blazer fans wanted him, because they were tired of watching Nurk sit and drop, and they wanted a more mobile big man, and they thought, oh, well, Nurk is the reason why we have to run drop. And now you got Ayton, you still just run him in drop, and he just sits on his heels and doesn't even get a hand up on floaters. He doesn't need, guys can drive at him and shoot the ball right in front of him, and he'll just let him. And it's baffling to me. Or sometimes they'll hesitate and they'll actually, jump out too far on the hesitation, then they beat him to the rim. He's not a good drop big. But that's all they run. So, it's frustrating, man. Frustrating. I mean, I'm tired of waiting for Chauncey to be gone. I'm tired of waiting for these vets to get traded. It's just where I'm at.
Yep, agreed.
And we're going to have to talk more about the draft in upcoming streams, man, because it's I don't like feeling like a complete broken record on streams. Mm-hmm. We stream 82 post-game shows during the regular season a year. We stream every game. What do we come on here and say after game after game after game, where it's the same stuff and you're just waiting for something to change? It is extremely tough. Just for some introspective, it is, for me, it's been tough in the past, but like this is the time of year where it gets really, really tough when they keep repeatedly having games like this, because ultimately we want to be entertaining. We want to make the streams interesting and fun and keep it fresh in this and that. And it's like after a game like this, it's like, okay, well, what do we talk about in the post game? How do I say something that I haven't said 5 times before in the post game? When it's literally like the same issues and we're just waiting for them to change, but they're not going to change for a while. And I literally sometimes will go into streams like, man, I do not know what to say, guys. I do not know how to make this stream not sound exactly like the same stream five games ago, or the same stream against the Spurs. It's tough. It's tough, man. This team makes it tough to cover. They are tough to cover. At this point, it's trade talk. But I already feel like we've kind of exhausted all trade talk. The trade talk at this point is like, can they actually even trade these guys?
They even pull off a trade. Is Cronin even capable of it at this point?
And that's the sad part. That is the sad part. So,
by the way, I went and looked at Jeremy Grant's one rebound, and he was guarding the guy in the corner, and Luka shot a jumper that hit off the rim and kind of bounced towards him, and he just grabbed it.
Of course it bounced. You can't catch a rebound in the air. So, I don't know, chat. Like, somebody says, let's be real, the NBA, not just the Blazers, have been watchable this season. I don't fully agree with that. I know the NBA is getting a lot of crap talked about it right now, but I think some of it's overblown, and I think it's people trying to invent reasons why the ratings are down when there's like natural reasons for that. I don't think the NBA is like as bad compared to the past as people think. I mean, teams shoot less long twos and more threes. Is that a bad thing? Is that a bad thing? I think the biggest issue with the league is actually the way it's refereed. I think if you brought back some semblance of defense, then that would be great. But you got some really good defensive teams out there. OKC's a great defensive team. So, Mikey says, I mean, nothing wrong when thinking positive. I mean, the only thing wrong with always thinking positive is that you're not objective.
That's fine. Like you're welcome to feel that way. They're like being optimistic about everything, being happy all the time. That's perfectly fine.
It's fine for you, but it's like why don't you want to call it like it is with this team?
This team's been a joke for like 3 years now. Like why should we be happy about it or be like, oh, you know what, things are looking up right now? Like why? I don't understand.
Here's the thing about negativity. Okay, here's the thing about criticism. Okay. If you're willing to acknowledge that certain things are a problem and need to improve, that's how you change for the better. Okay? That's how you change for the better. If you're sitting here and you're like the worst team in the league and terribly ran, and you're sitting here telling yourself, the team is fine, we're ran fine, you know, like everything we're doing is fine, how are you ever going to improve? Because the worst ran organization in the league, if it's fine to you, you're going to continue being the worst ran organization in the league. You have to be able to be objective about this team if you're this team. And I feel like fans holding them accountable is a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I think fans not showing up to games when they purposely tank the last 2 months of the season, I think that's a good thing. Show this team that you're not willing to accept the crap that they put out there. Show this team that you're unhappy with who the coach is of this team and the stuff he does. Right? You don't want them to think that the way things are going is okay.
Just saying there are positives and negatives. We talk about the positives when there are some.
Yeah.
Denny had another good game. Yay. Tamani had his best rebounding game of the season. Good job. And Scoot actually had a decent game. That's like all that you can say positive. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing positive defensively. They give up 132 points. Might have been more if there wasn't garbage time. And offensively, yeah, okay, Ayton made 8 for 11 shots, yay! Like, but it's like the biggest problem with the team right now is a lack of identity, and I feel like Ayton directly contributes to that lack of identity when he's starting and playing big minutes. Because he doesn't have an edge, he's not physical, he's not tough, his effort is inconsistent. Like, so it's like people will want me to be positive about the fact that he goes 8 for 11, but meanwhile he's being paid a max contract and doesn't contribute to the identity crisis this team faces, where they cannot make progress towards being consistently better defensively. I think Ayton has a big part in that. And they are a terrible rebounding team. The center always shares some blame in that. And it's like every issue I don't think DeAndre Ayton helps with. And you're paying him a max contract. So when he has a good shooting night, it's like, cool. I just don't really care. Yeah, he can make shots. We know that. We know that. I shouldn't have to point that out. The problems that face this team are bigger than DeAndre Ayton, bigger than Jeremy Grant, but those guys play a part. And it's just the way they are as players. In other situations, they can be better. In this situation, they should not be the vets on a rebuilding team. They should not be the top 2 vets on a rebuilding team. Okay? There's some vets that you like for a rebuilding team. Hard-nosed vets that play hard, play defense, like get after it, scrap, role player type guys. The guys that make $8-10 million a year. Those are the types of vets you want on a rebuilding team. Okay? You don't want max contract guys that don't get after it, don't have an edge, don't hustle, like don't rebound in Jeremy Grant's case. It's just not the guys you want leading a rebuild. And it's not the guys that you want. You don't want to be paying veterans, 2 veterans, $65 million in a rebuild. It's just so broken down to the core. And that's why it's like, I don't care that he went 8 for 11. He had some cool dunks against the Spurs. Yay. I don't know, man. I don't really enjoy, like, I'll enjoy if Sharp puts a poster on someone, but like Ayton going 8 for 11 tonight, I didn't enjoy him going 8 for 11 in a game that we lost by 24 and showed no progress as a team. It's just like, cool, made some middies. I just don't understand why it's like any little positives, even if the grand scheme of things is completely broken, gotta focus on the little positives. I'm just not wired that way, man. That's because you don't like DA. Yeah, you're right. I don't like DA. You're right. I do not like DA. And it's for all the reasons I just said. Like,
I know we've been very clear on why.
I've said I don't like DA for years. Years before the Blazers got DA, I said I didn't like DA. And now it's like he has proven our points. He's proven why we don't like him. The thing is like, he was always capable of having an 8 for 11 night in the past. We said we didn't like him, but we never said he's not capable of going 8 for 11.
Well, Scott earlier said, I think you guys put a lot of defensive issues on Ayton when the team, and more specifically the guards, are more at fault. Ayton on the Suns was an excellent PNR defender, given they had a good team. What makes you say he was an excellent pick-and-roll defender?
Yeah.
He's never protected the rim well his whole career. Has he averaged more than a block a game in a season?
I'll look it up.
Maybe.
Oh, his second season, he averaged 1.5.
1.5. There you go.
And then he regressed. 1.2, 0.7, 0.8, 0.8, 0.9.
Not that, like, blocks are everything, but, I mean, he...
You know what? He was a better rim protector when he was trying to make it in the league.
Well, I mean, even he said once he got that second contract, he had nothing left to prove.
Big red flag. Like, he had one good defensive season, and that's the outlier. Like, this is who he's been. And that's why it's like, okay, he has not improved in years. Like, you don't expect him to improve.
Yeah, I don't think for those. I know we got this question earlier. I forgot who asked it, but like, would we have let Jeremy just walk if you could go back and change it? No, we've said this multiple times. You trade him. I mean, I don't know why we signed him to a 5-year, $170 million contract or whatever it was, but you trade him last year at the trade deadline instead of being like, oh, why would we trade Jeremy? We're not going to listen to offers.
Yeah, exactly. They waited a little too long because they didn't have to be in a rush, even though it was better to do it sooner rather than later. And we tried to explain that last year. Mikey says, but we know Chauncey DA, Jeremy will all probably be gone. Big word there, probably. Just think positive times are ahead with all those guys gone, trade assets and new lotto picks. Listen, when we get to when we get there, we will be happy that we're there. The problem is when you see Jeremy Grant playing like this, it makes me worry that they're not going to be able to trade him because no team is going to want him because of how bad he's playing. And then what? We're stuck with him? We cannot be stuck with him. So it's like, what if people act like this isn't a possibility? But what if no team wants him and he continues to struggle and he's a potentially negative contract down the line? Do the Blazers keep him making insane money for the next 3.5 years in a rebuild? Luckily, DeAndre Ayton's contract is shorter, but it's like, okay, so there is a chance, there is a real chance that both these guys could be on the team going into next season, given the possibility that they don't have enough value for the Blazers to trade them. And the Blazers will sit there and say, we don't have to rush. We like what these veterans provide. You know, they'll still be tradable down the line. The cronies, the Joe Cronin supporters, will buy that hook, line, and sinker. Okay? They will absolutely buy that. And that's the part where it's like, you know, people are looking forward to these guys being gone and we can think positively because, you know, Jeremy, DA, and Chauncey are gone soon. But it's like, I can't even feel that confident in that. Like, I feel like Chauncey's a lame duck coach, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain, man. Like, it's just the lack of knowing what's next and the lack of knowing what the plan is. And then what the plan should be is becoming foggy because these guys aren't exactly playing their way into any sort of trade value. That's the part that's the toughest. Because we agree on where this team needs to be. Pretty much every Blazer fan, and even just people that cover the NBA in general, agree on what should be next for this team. And this front office, this organization should 100% be judged by if they do what everybody knows is right or not. And if they can't get back anything for Jeremy Grant, this front office deserves heat because A, they signed Jeremy Grant to this contract. B, based on reports, they were not aggressive in shopping him at last year's trade deadline. So they were just sitting on their hands, kicking the can down the road. And if they can't get anything back for him after kicking that can down the road, they deserve the criticism for it.
And that's why I can't just say, oh, I'll be happy when they're gone, because no, that is another thing to criticize if we have to get nothing back for them, or heaven forbid we have to like attach assets to get rid of their contracts and stuff. And you're left wondering why a team that was setting up a rebuild would hamstring themselves with bad contracts. And that absolutely deserves criticism and negativity. Yep. And if you feel differently, that's your right. But I mean, there's no way Tori and I can live with ourselves being honest and the way we are on this show and sugarcoat anything that's happening right now. Like, we're just not going to change who we are just to like make a few people happy that want that. There's shows for you that do that.
There's shows for you that do that how do I phrase this, Eric? Let me phrase this in a better way. We would not be any sort of successful if that's what we were like. I think people watch us for our honesty, and we're willing to talk about the good. We're willing to talk about the bad. When I started this channel, okay, part of my motivation was like, there is no platform out there that actually gives criticism for the things that deserve criticism for this team locally. There is just nothing that I could find where I felt like, oh yeah, these guys are giving legitimate criticism. It's just all like cookie cutter, happy, positive BS. That bothered me. That motivated me to start this platform. So, like, here's the thing. People don't like us if they disagree with us. People don't like us if they want to be positive. If they want to be positive, they come in here and listen to us critique the team, and it's frustrating. But listen, if this team was a contender, those people would love our show.
Yeah.
Those people would love our show. You know what I mean? So we are a reflection of the team right now. If you want to be positive, you're not going to like us, but we will tell it like it is. And listen, if you don't want to listen to the show because you don't like the negativity, fine. But guess what? This organization is going to be up someday, and we're going to be having the time of our lives, and you're going to want to be a part of it. That's just the way it's going to go. So,
yeah, two things. One, we don't manufacture the negativity either. We're just speaking what's on our mind and how we feel as Blazer fans. And I hope you guys appreciate the honesty. And like you said, I think that's why we've had success versus other people who do the same thing or try to copy what we do and think they're going to be better than us because they're going to be optimistic or whatever. It comes across as fake when the team sucks for 3 years. And it's absolutely been dreadful as a Blazer fan. And I've talked about this before, but Troy and I met in 2017 or something like that, when I got led to a forum that he was a part of and we started posting. I was that guy. Like, I was always super positive, like, oh no, Dame and CJ can win a finals, like you'll see, like that kind of stuff. Like, I was always gung-ho about this team and the franchise, and I've talked about this several times too. I wear my heart on my sleeves. I get the highest of highs when they're doing good. I get the lowest of lows when they suck like this, and it's beaten me down over the last few years, man. It's like I don't even I kind of miss my heart thumping through my chest at the end of a game. A couple games ago against Denver, it was like, Anthony hit a shot. Who cares? Like, if he missed it, it wouldn't have registered too much either way, and that sucks because I'm like, you might be as diehard as me, but I guarantee you there's no one more diehard than me, and I'm sure I'm speaking for you too. But I can't turn that off or anything, but it's been turned off for me basically, and I can't stand it. I mean, I guess it's made my sanity a little better, but I like that. It's part of who I am as a person. So it sucks that I have to come on here for 82 games and talk about how bad this team sucks. I want to be doing Brant breakdowns and crap like that about all these cool plays we run and these defensive schemes we have, and how this is how we stop Luka tonight instead of we just let him do whatever he wanted, and it sucks, man.
Yeah. It does. And listen, our show is designed in a way where if you disagree, we at least want to make you think about the topic at hand potentially a little differently and maybe add some more context to the conversation, right? Because you can disagree with us. I just feel like a lot of people that come in here and disagree with us, it's all surface level stuff. It's not going beneath the surface. So we try and go beneath the surface. If you want to come in here and disagree with us, I always ask people specifically state why you disagree with us. You know what I mean? If you disagree with one of our opinions, specifically say what you disagree with that we talk about, because a lot of it's just on the surface, Ant sucks, you guys just need to realize it type stuff. So that's what we always try and do. And that's the thing is the one thing you can hold on to is the storylines covering, this team, the storylines around this team. Even though the team sucks, the storylines I think are interesting. I think it's interesting to see what happens next. It's kind of like a movie, right? Like in a movie, you're going to have some adversity. You're going to have, a problem, right? Like something to overcome. And there's going to be storylines that tie into it. And the movie is interesting if you're anticipating what happens next. And I kind of view the Blazers that way, right? They suck. This is the very depressing down part of the movie. And it's like, what happens next? I think it's interesting to find out what happens next with this organization, right? Can they actually trade Jeremy Grant? Will they get anything for Jeremy Grant? Can they actually move DeAndre Ayton? What the hell does that sort of trade look like? Who wants DeAndre Ayton? Maybe somebody does. I don't know. Let's find out. Like, that is the intrigue for me with this team right now. All right? Like, when we fire Chauncey, what does it look like under a new coach? Can these guys actually play better under a new coach? Right? Can Scoot, if this team starts tanking again, can he show signs of improvement like he did when they started tanking last year? Right? Even though Scoot, pretty bad right now, man, and definitely disappointing, it's still intriguing to see, okay, can he improve this season? So it's just all those storylines that we try and bring to the forefront, right? That's what keeps me intrigued. And that's what we try and cover, too, on top of all the criticism is like, okay, well, what's next? What's next? That's why it sucks having to wait for what's next. And that's why it's like, man, it's going to be a whole month at least, most likely, before anything happens. And we're just waiting for what's next. That is the biggest part of this team. What happens next? So hopefully we can get you guys invested in those storylines. Because otherwise, without the storylines, if you don't anticipate what's next or you're not wondering what happens next with this organization, I don't see how you can even pay attention to our post-game shows or the team or anything, because it just would be so boring. So it's all about storylines. That's what makes sports more interesting. That's what makes bad teams more interesting, right? And that's where, some people are kind of turned off by the NBA because the Blazers aren't good and whatnot, but we want to see the storylines with other teams as well. And that's why we talk about other teams on our trade deadline stream and talk about trades and all that sort of stuff, just because the storylines with each team is intriguing. I think one of the reasons why ratings are down is because the NBA fails dramatically to capture those storylines and pitch them to a more casual audience in a way that's intriguing for them. So we'll at least do that with the Blazers. And one of the storylines is Tankathon, Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, every year,
let that go for us.
Every year it's a storyline, okay? So hopefully it'll work today. So the Blazers 6 best odds, all right? The Blazers are trying to catch up with Utah, trying to catch up with Charlotte. Charlotte sucks, Toronto sucks, New Orleans sucks. But Portland is only 2 games out of 4th best odds, 2.5 out of 3rd best odds. They keep moving up into the top 4 in these sims, but they're always like 3rd or 4th. They're 4th a lot. They were 4th on the last stream. But yeah, let's simulate it. And let's just hope for some good luck, man. 14 is San Antonio.
Oh, let me bring this up so I can help.
Yeah. Utah is 13th via Minnesota. 12th is San Antonio via Chicago. So somebody moved up. 11th is Sacramento.
Phoenix's pick to Houston.
Phoenix's pick to Houston. Another unprotected pick moving up into the top 4. Just like last stream. Because last stream, this Minnesota pick to Utah was number 1. So Utah got the number 1 pick via Minnesota last stream. What were you going to say?
The hilarious part of this is Brooklyn traded this pick to Houston so they could get their pick back so that they could be bad. And if that pick ended up moving up and being worse, that'd be so ironic.
I know, especially with like Phoenix and their big 3 not even being a playoff team. Did they lose again tonight?
Who?
Phoenix.
Yeah, they got destroyed by Denver.
They're in trouble. Booker struggles to stay healthy. KD struggles to stay healthy. And without both those guys, if they only have one of those 2 guys, that team is awful. I thought they were going to be better this year, but yeah, they're in trouble. At 10, we have the Detroit Pistons. At 9, we have the Brooklyn Nets. At 8, we have the Philadelphia 76ers pick going to OKC. Portland should be at 7. At 7 is the Portland Trailblazers. Bummer. 6 is Toronto. 5 is Washington. This thing is not scrolling up smoothly today. At 4 is Charlotte. Wow, so that Phoenix pick to Houston is top 3. And Brooklyn's down there at 9. At 3 is the Utah Jazz. This is the second night in a row we have a bottom 3 pick get number 1 odds and it being an unprotected pick.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Pelicans left. And we got the Jazz via the Suns. At number 2 is the Pelicans, which means the number 1 pick goes to the Houston Rockets via the Phoenix Suns. Wow. Tankathon's been drunk the past couple nights. Is Suns Valley podcast still live? Somebody go tell them they want our Tankathon sim. Maybe it's Tankathon season for them too. That's wild. Wild, wild stuff. Anyway, congratulations to the Houston Rockets. They get Cooper flagged via the Phoenix Suns. Brutal, man.
Via the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, via the Suns, via the Nets. Via the Nets, via the Suns. I don't know what order. That's crazy. Anyway.
People are asking who you take at 7, Tori.
Oh, God. Okay, let's say Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey. Let's say Yaku Chonis goes 4 through 6. Who are the other 2 guys you want to say are off the board?
Let's say Trey Johnson.
Yeah, Trey Johnson, yeah.
And I don't know, maybe Edgecomber Demon.
Yeah, let's just say it's those 5. Okay, let's say we're picking 6 or 7 because it's a crapshoot after that. All right, let's just say Trey Johnson, Yaku Chonis, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, and Cooper Flag are off the board. Who would you take at that point, Eric? The Blazers would take Con Knipple, but
I mean, I would take Jeremiah Fierce, but yeah, I don't have an issue with Demon or I don't know. Edgecombe is. I'm not saying I'm with you at all. That's going to be misconstrued, but like I don't know if I could handle a player like him right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I know he's a good defensive player, so that would make it a little bit more bearable. But to have another guard who can't shoot or has question mark shooting and have to deal with that right now, I might. I don't know if I could take that right now. So, yeah, I'd probably take Demon or Fears right now with a. I would think about Queen too.
Yeah, I would think about Queen too.
Queen and Clinton. Wait, that's interesting. I think.
It's just like the question: can Queen play any 4? Can he stretch out his game?
Yeah.
Can he defend that position? I don't know. But like, if your long-term plan is to bring him off the bench behind Klingon, I feel very confident in him being like the best backup center in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And just because he can be an absolute game changer offensively and provides a unique skill set there. You want to aim for higher, so you have to hope that he can play next to Klingon too. Because maybe one day you start him. But Demon is lower on my big board, but I would go Demon simply because, like, it's not even necessarily to draft for fit, because what even is this team at all? You know what I mean? Like, what is there to fit into with this mess we have here? But I like the combination of, I think he has a floor as a guy that ultimately will be able to knock down shots, be like connective passer. We got some good defensive pieces. I like his upside at a forward spot, and I think he could be a good enough, like, point forward type of guy in the future that you could get away playing like Avdia with him as your like your point positions. Like you could have lineups with like Demon, Avdia, Kamara, whoever another forward is, and you could just be super switchable and have some intriguing lineups like that. And I just like him as like a fill the gaps piece with upside. So I would go with Demon. But he has not played well against better competition at BYU. That's why I've cooled on him. And I would be very worried about his red flags, I guess. I feel like the top two is a clear tier. I feel like Ace Bailey's in a tier by himself. And then I think like Yaku Chonis and Trey Johnson are kind of that next tier. And then you just have a crapshoot with guys like Edgecombe, Newell, Maluwak I'll even put up there, Queen, Knipple, let's say like Boogie Fland, even a Sengwe, I feel like could enter that tier. Like, you just got a tier of like so many players where if you're drafting at 6 and those first 5 are off the board, it's not that great. But like if you're drafting at 12, the value at 12 is pretty good for being the 12th pick. Like right now, and this very well could change. Right now, I don't think there's much difference between like 6 and 12.
Yeah.
Because I have Maluwak like 14, but like his archetype is destined for at least some sort of success, I feel like. Like he has...
he's a little bit of bust, potentially. He's a little stiff, but...
I mean, he moves well enough to me, rebounds, catches lob, protects the rim. Like, that's a good role-playing big, and I feel like that type of big man has had some consistent success in the league the past few drafts. I mean, look at Yves Missy so far this year. So... not that he's the same exact player as Yves Missy, but I think just the rim protection, rebounding, like lob target archetype is one of the safest to draft. And then he's like, might be able to make a 3, might be able to put the ball on the floor. Like, it's 7-1, 7-2. It's a pretty good player if he's available at 12. Derek Queen may be available at 12, so you got some pieces. You just got to hope for the Blazers' sake that they're top 3. I am in love with the idea of a Harper-Sharp backcourt.
I mean, yeah. Of course.
But, like, to the point where I would not be bummed if the Blazers got the second pick instead of the first pick. At all.
Bouquet calls him Sharper.
Sharper, hell yeah.
Let's go.
In the Wemby draft, the Blazers got the third pick, but like even if they got the second pick, I would have been very, very bummed that it's the second pick and not Wemby. Okay, not to say Flag is as good of a prospect as Wemby, he's not, but Flag is like the crown jewel, right? The guy everybody wants. And I felt like going into this draft, like, man, we need Flag. If we end up with a number 2 pick, I'm gonna be so bummed because we don't get Flag. Is how I felt like before this college basketball season. Now, I am like on the fence between Harper and Flag, and I'm like, if the Blazers get one of those two guys, I'm very happy. And that has changed. Like that's how things have changed in the past month and a half. So that's what I mean by like I'm in love with the idea. Just I think they fit well off each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sharp, Eric, I don't have much confidence at all in him being able to be like a number 1 option offensively. My confidence in his upside is he can be like fringe star second option. I feel like that's a much more realistic upside for him.
Like Jalen Brown.
Yeah, like that type of guy, right? And some people take that as a knock on Sharp, the people that think he's like the next Kobe and this or that. It's just like he's not necessarily the most aggressive guy sometimes, he's kind of chill, like, and you can be a silent assassin, but I think like that coupled with the, he's not necessarily the best ball handler, like, I think he projects much better with his upside being that as a number 2. And I would feel much, much better about the future direction of this team if they had their future star and we were only hoping that Sharp would be like, okay, could he be the number 2 guy next to this star that we have or this future star that we have? I think part of the struggle with the rebuild right now is like all we have for hope in a potential number 1 player down the line is Shaden Sharp. Like the only guy on this roster that we could have any optimism with being a future number 1 is Shaden Sharp. I think that's a problem. I think it's much better if you have Sharp as your number 2, especially next to a guy like Harper who can handle the ball handling duties, is a pretty decent defender and big enough to guard either guard position. I like that fit between those two guys a lot.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. At this point, just it doesn't really matter if it's the first pick or not. You just have to get that star, and obviously Harper. I don't think anyone can question at this point. He's the most likely out of all those guys to be that player.
Yeah. What do you do with Scoot if you take Harper? Well, you trade Anthony Simons and you continue to bring Scoot off the bench.
Or just move them both.
I mean, I don't think Scoot has any value, though.
Yeah, but there might be a point where it's just like we did that with Telfair, too, eventually. You just cut bait just to cut bait, maybe.
Yeah. I don't think you do it that soon with Scoot. So if you get Harper, I think it's easier if you... Because they didn't invest a third overall pick in Telfair. He was the 13th pick, right? So,
I mean, they traded a third pick because of it.
Well, we all know that was stupid.
Yeah,
that was bad. But, I think you trade Ant and you bring Scoot off the bench and hope that under a new coach, Scoot can start to improve. I think that's what you hope for. The alternative is you keep Ant, but it's like if they keep Ant instead, Eric, who do they bring off the bench out of Sharp, Ant, and Harper? None of them are a good option. That's why it's almost like you keep Scoot and you trade Ant just because you can continue to bring Scoot off the bench. It's not the best option, but they're not going to bench Ant. The only alternative is like, okay, you start Sharp at the 3 and you bring Avdia and Kamara, one of them, off the bench. But I also don't really like that. Maybe it's Kamara. But if you do that, if you start Sharp at the 3, you don't have to trade any of the guards if you have Harper. Because Sharp basically isn't a guard then. He's a 3.
Yeah. But in my mind, I want to do the opposite of what we did with Scoot. And that's if we have Harper... You can maybe make the case for any other guard, like just waiting to see. But with Harper in particular, I just want to clear the deck for him and let him be the guy from day one, like Dame,
I almost think that's easier if you trade Ant too.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying trade both of them. I just get rid of both of them and just say this is your team now, basically, and that's your backcourt. That clarity you're speaking of, it's not fuzzy at all. It's not like, oh, well, maybe someone can still push into the starting lineup or whatever. Like, you can just be like, nope, Harper and Sharp are our future, and we're rolling with them. And I'm not going to call it addition by subtraction, but like, it's just clean slate. This is our rebuild now. We're not going to waste too much time holding out hope on the past.
Well, I think you can do that if you readjust your expectations for Scoot.
Yeah.
I think you readjust your expectations for Scoot.
I mean, I don't think it's like bad or anything, but
I think you hope Scoot can become like a 6th man. Harper's big enough to play some 3. Scoot still has like 30 minutes per game he could grow into, right? Sharp can play a little bit of 3. So it's not like you're completely blocking him in terms of minutes. It's, okay, roll. But Basically my point is I think Scoot is more likely to provide value for this team with his potential growth still than any value he'd provide in a trade right now.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I don't know how his mentality will be as a knowing he's the sixth man at best on the roster, and how I don't know.
He's going to have to adjust his mentality if he's not going to
I,
be better. He's going to get a
I
chance at the end of the season to take a leap, and if he doesn't take a leap, it's on him. And either if he doesn't adjust his mentality to being a better role player and still like wants to think of himself as the Scoot Henderson that came into the league and was drafted, then his career might not be that long, man. Like then he's gonna flame out. So I think you go into year 3 like, okay, Scoot, you gotta adjust. You gotta adjust your mentality. You gotta really focus on the defensive end. You give him opportunities under a new coach, and you just see how he blossoms, and you see how he responds to that. And listen, if he doesn't respond well, you're probably not going to get a whole lot for him right now anyway, just because, his value has declined rapidly. You can always cut bait with him in the future. I don't think they're going to be missing out on anything right now where it's like, you should have traded him earlier.
Completely agree. They're not missing out on anything. I don't want him on the team anymore if we have Harper. I want him gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you need multiple ball handlers in the NBA, and I think you can make it work if you're not starting Scoot next to him.
Yeah.
So, because, Harper, rookie year, let's say he plays like 32, 33 minutes a game, which is a lot for a rookie, right? You got Scoot playing 15, 16 without him, and you got Scoot maybe playing 12 with him. And
I hate the idea of those two playing.
I think Harper I don't hate it because ultimately if you're going to be a super fast-paced team, it's better to have more ball handlers. Let's say the new head coach actually is able to get this team playing with some pace, right? I feel like we think about it in terms of like, okay, who's going to be handling the ball in the half court? Who's going to be initiating things? Shot clock breaks down. Who do you give the ball to? Who's going to be the guy who gets the ball? But on a legitimate up-tempo team, it's like you hit the closest outlet that can handle the ball and you push the ball up the floor and you have other guys filling the wings, right? If it's Scoot pushing and Harper filling the wing or vice versa, both those are good if you're playing in transition, I think. Because if you hit Harper and he has a lane to the rim, he's going to use his body while finish. Scoot's an athlete, right? You can't give him a runway. So I think in transition, it works well enough, especially you also got Sharp that can finish, high flyer, can drive in transition, etc. You're playing those guys with Denny. Like, the question is in the half court. But if you're running more half court sets, then you're not as reliant upon, like, this has to be the guy with the ball, and this dude isn't as good without the ball, so the fit is bad. I think the fit between two ball handlers that maybe struggle to play off the ball due to spacing is worse if you're stagnant and don't run good stuff. When you run better stuff, I don't think it's quite as bad. And that would be my hope under a new coach.
Still bad, though, in my opinion. And I think with Harper, Sharp, Denny, Tumani, I think you have enough of those guys who can grab a rebound and go and push the pace. So I don't think you really need.
I don't view Tumani as like a ball handler at that level, though.
I think he could be if he was pushed to do so, like get the ball up the court quick.
Yeah, but basically the point is it's not. I don't think Harper or Scoot are bad as lane fillers in transition.
No one wants to talk about this, but Scoot was like the worst transition finisher in the G League when he was there. He was like terrible in transition. I don't know. Like it seems like he shouldn't be, but
theoretically he shouldn't be. But that's where I think you figure it out if you actually run an up-tempo offense with multiple ball handlers where he can be a lane filler and just see if you can progress him in that area, right? Like, I just think there's still too much to figure out before I'd want to punt on Scoot. And I don't know, man. I think Harper can be a catch-and-shoot guy. His three-point shot is not necessarily a strength, but I think he's a better three-point shooter than Scoot was coming into the league. Right now, Dylan Harper is shooting 35% from three at the college level, 75% from the free throw line. His form looks fine, right? having a guy that can kick to him and he can attack closeouts, shoot threes might make things a little bit easier on him coming into the league, where you still make him the guy, you still give him the ball, you still see if he can be like a legitimate stud, rookie of the year type guy, but you also have another guy that if you need to can take some of that playmaking pressure off of him at the point guard spot and you can move him to the 2. I think that would be a good option starting off. So I think there's enough good where you could trade Ant, keep Scoot off the bench, 6-man in that scenario. And then if Scoot continues to struggle, you move off him when the time comes. But I would be shocked if Harper's not a star.
Yeah, me too.
Like I am more confident in his stardom than Cooper Flagg's at this point. Maybe not. I am more confident in Harper as a star, like lead initiator, than Flag. Flag has value, ton of value defensively and like connective piece at a forward position. That's where Flag's value lies a lot. Where you could view him as maybe the better player, but like if you need a lead guard, and that's kind of what the Blazers need, you got to go get like Dylan Harper's a lead guard.
Allow kids in here.
I know.
All rambunctious for Christmas time.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about from this game, or
no? Do you?
No. Damn, I went 5-7 today. I thought I did better. The Grizzlies choked. Oh God, I hate picks. It's brutal. Trevin went 12-0.
No. Trevin faked the.
Oh.
That's not even the real graphic, Tori.
What did I go then in picks?
Well, I think yours is probably correct, but
nah. I thought I did better. Anyway.
The Lakers are down 3 with 3.7 seconds left with the ball. Timeout. We'll see if they.
I took Pistons, so.
Yeah.
That's good.
But that game is the only game that's not over. Since...
Yeah. Trevin is lying. Look at the spreadsheet. All right.
LeBron misses a 3-point shot and the game is over.
The Lakers suck. I went 7-7. I'm still not happy with that. I gained a game on Eric at least, and a bunch of people gained a game on Eric at least. Collectively, we're still below 500 today. Javon went 3-10. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, we pick games Monday, Thursday on our second channel. We pick spread lines and we keep track of standings and all that stuff. Standings updated. I'm 8-7. And Eric's 6-9. I gained 2 games on Eric.
Yep.
Crushables went 11-4. All right, we're making this more competitive. It would have been too boring if you just led by like 10 games all season. So.
Yeah, true.
We need some of our own storylines.
Yeah.
So. Grizzlies sold me. Bummer. And we were below 500 again today. Anyway. Christmas giveaway. Should I tag everyone in our Discord and say we're starting our Christmas giveaway? Join if you want to, or should it just be for the people that are here?
I think we should just leave it to the people who are here.
All right, the people that are here. All right. So, I have five wrapped presents behind me. I'm gonna have to figure out my mic situation. Also, I got to put on my equivalent of a Santa sweater, so give me a second.
Colt's asking if one is a Thibault jersey. You're just going to have to wait, Colt. Enthralling. Right. I didn't say there wasn't a Thibault jersey. I said you're going to have to find out.
A Thibault jersey? Don't tell them what they are. I'm not supposed to tell them. All right. I don't know why I'm whispering. Wait, no, I need to stand on. How do I do this? Okay. I need to figure out my mic situation. All right, so I'll just show you because whoever gets selected gets to pick, okay? We got this, the small blue one. We got the small red one, okay? We got the big green one, the big white one, and the red bag, okay? That's what we got. So, if you want to be selected, leave a comment in chat. Leave a comment in chat, okay? Because that way your name gets tossed into the system, and the Nightbot will be able to select you. This is our Christmas giveaway. Ho, ho, ho. I'm Santa Claus. All right. Send a message within the last 10 minutes to enter the giveaway. That is the way it works. So yeah, leave a message in the chat and you'll be entered. This is how we bring the lurkers out of the woodworks, by the way.
Shout out to the 10 of you who are actually paying attention and watching the stream. Live.
See, Lurker Gang. Konzen is Lurker Gang. Zombie Bill, I think, is Lurker Gang also. He is a zombie. We got 26 entries. Connor, our mod, is a part-time lurker.
Boom is sucking up the Nightbot. Let's see if that works for him.
Yeah. Dude, does sucking up to Nightbot work? Zombie is active in Discord. Oh, that's what's up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nightbot sucks, says Zeromancer. All right, well,
wow.
we're really testing things here. We're really testing things. I'll give you guys like 20 more seconds. I wish we could give away something for everyone, okay? I wish we could. All right. But it is like $100 worth of stuff, all right? So one of the items might be $150 value. Mikey, I really hope it doesn't pick you. Just because you said go Ducks. My mom said Nightbot was hot. The Eric body pillow, no. I will give it away that there is not an Eric body pillow. Okay.
Dang it.
All right. Let's choose the first winner. Drum roll. David Lester.
What's up, David? Congratulations.
David Lester, pick a present. Pick a present. Let me know if you need me to list you the options again. There's the small blue, there's the small red, there's the big green, there's the big white, and there's the red bag. Connor is threatening Nightbot in chat.
Yikes. Pick a present, David Lester. Let us know if you need to see it again.
Small red. Alrighty. Small red.
Alex Wolf says, do you have Neil Shea's water bottle, Tori?
Neil O'Shea's water bottle. Alright. That would be sick. There's some lore to that. Alright. So, we'll open it for you.
Tori just wanted to open some presents and feel something.
Yeah, for real. It is an outdoor plug. No, just kidding. That's the box. That is just the box. All right. You get a Blazers bottle opener and a Blazers shot glass. Blazers shot glass, Blazers bottle opener. All right. If you want me and Eric to autograph it, let us know. We can arrange that. If you want a Blazers Uprise autographed shot glass. Free of charge, no extra value. All right. I'll get your shipping information for this stuff. All right, but that's our alcohol package. So hopefully you're over 21. All righty. Shout out to David. All right, next up, next person to pick. We got 39 entrants now. Drum roll. We got Colt SXKJX.
Wow.
I think this is the second thing he's won this year, too. Colt, the legend himself. Shout out to Colt. Promoting drinking for the tough times we were going through. LOL. Hell yeah, we've promoted drinking so much this year. What?
I was just laughing at promoting drinking.
That's what your comment is?
No.
I'm laughing at I'm saying what to your comment, not you laughing.
Yeah, I know. Dro said you were going to give away used condoms tonight. I've been married for a long time and am fixed, so I'm shooting blanks, so I don't need.
Isn't it illegal to ship alcohol through the mail?
I don't know if it's illegal.
I should have kept my MD 2020 bottle and signed it.
Just the empty bottle, yeah.
Colt, let us know what you want. Is it legal? Yeah, I should. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be alcohol if it was gone. Considering I already won something last time, y'all can re-roll. LOL, appreciate it. Look at Colt, man. This is why Colt's a legend. Guy. What a great guy. Wants to share the love. Christmas spirit right there. Shout out to our guy, Cole. Respect, man. All right. Next up, drum roll. A gift from Colt. It is Fly Guy 95.
Congratulations, Fly Guy.
An OG.
What present would you like?
An OG. Hey, Bruce. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. All right, Fly Guy, let us know what you want out of the 4 presents back there.
Jeremy Grant dress.
a wardrobe makeover by Jeremy Grant himself. Imagine. All greens are good for you. Is that your way of saying you want the green package?
Come on, guys. If you win, select a package quickly so we can do this.
Mm-hmm. Is one that gives a BU date night? You wish. No, it's not. It's actual all, like, tangible. All right, you want the green package. Alrighty. The green package.
Embarking box, you can just ask.
The green one has torso. That's disgusting, bro. Oh, man. All right. The green box.
What is it?
It's an Amazon box. I'm just going to make sure I don't, have my address on it.
Huh. Did you wrap these, Tori?
My girlfriend wrapped these. Shout out to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I suck at rap.
Yeah. People are saying, Brendan says you got rapping skills, but you don't.
Nope. Not me. All right. Ooh, we got tape on this, too. It's legit. But it does have the label with my address on it, so I shall not turn it towards the camera.
Aeromancer says all he wants for Christmas is for you to dox yourself.
I hate Aeroman. That's messed up. Show up with people. People will show up outside of my house wanting these presents, man. I need scissors. Or can I cut the duct tape with this? This is an air pump. It worked. Nice. All right, so your gift is this Blazer Uprise beanie. That I have to go take the security tag off, so I gotta go back to Fred Meyer and do that. But this Blazer beanie, I think it's a pretty sick beanie. So, yeah, I was silly and self-checked out and didn't take that off, so I gotta go figure that out. Or if I really have to, I'll buy a new one. But, yep. Tori stole it. No, I did not steal it. I just did self-checkout and forgot to take it off. Because it was very busy at Fred Meyer today. Blazer Uprise merch. I don't have our new merch on hand yet, and I wanted this stuff to be tangible. And we've given away a lot of merch through the giveaway nights.
You said Blazers Uprise beanie at first.
Oh, Blazer beanie. Blazer beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Blazer beanie. Pretty sick Blazer beanie, though. Gradient on it. Keep your ears warm.
Honestly, wouldn't it be cooler if Tori did steal it and it had this?
I know, yeah. Guys, I'm giving away all the stuff I stole. Shh, don't tell anybody. Anyway. Shout out to Fly Guy. Shout out to Alvaro. He's giving stuff away. It's a gifted membership, and Brandon Lee is the winner. Shout out to Brandon. Thank you, Alvaro, for gifting a membership. My guy, Alvaro. All right. We'll roll for the next winner.
Alvy.
Shout out to Alvy. I hope the next winner is Alvy. Is he even on this? Yeah, he is on this.
Yeah.
I hope it's Alvy, just for gifting. All right. Next person is the Energy Warning.
Wow, Parker comes in and gets one. He was like, wait, how do I want to enter? I want to.
Parker comes in, immediately gets one. Shout out to Energy Warning. All right, you got 3 gifts to choose from. You got the red bag, you got the white present, and you got the small blue present. Kind of tough to see, but it's right there. Okay? So you get to choose one of the 3 gifts. All right? So let us know which one you want. So you ship all these A? Yeah, I ship them all.
Just don't take 8 hours to pick Parker.
Yeah. Very big decision, but you can take your time. We don't have to rush it. Eric's playing with his Santa ball. I got one of those too. Hell yeah. Nah, no pull. It's they win the gift, so they get to choose.
Parker, come on.
Signed college jersey from Tori. Actually, I have old high school jerseys. That's what I should give away. A signed Tori Jones high school jersey. I should run that giveaway on Reddit. Eric's... I wish I could read that comment out loud. They do go wild, yes.
Is it number 2.2?
Yes, my jersey number was 2.2.
It should just be 22 from now on and put a little dot in between.
I was 22 my freshman year of high school, and then I was 20. He's AFK. Yeah, bro, you won a gift.
Wow. How much time should we give Parker?
A minute
He
and a
comes
half.
in here like begging, or let's just.
I haven't been showing up as much, but I'm here now. Give me a gift, please. Okay, here you go. Here's a gift. Here's a gift. All right, which gift do you want? Doesn't say anything.
Crickets.
Doesn't say anything.
We should pull a when like the Minnesota Vikings don't get their pick in time, and the next team comes up and
Yeah.
gets a pick, so we should just
Facts.
pick the next person while we're waiting.
I mean, he has 45 more seconds, so we'll pick him 45. He fell asleep. I know him. He's my boyfriend. I slightly doubt that, but you never know.
Yeah.
Can I pick? If the Nightbot chooses you, then you can pick. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to give everybody
the big red
gifts.
present, he says.
The big
Finally, jeez.
red present
Freshen
at the
up your
buzzer.
stream, people.
At the buzzer. All right. We got the big red present. All right. Parker.
I think you're over-exaggerating big, but...
Why you gotta say that when we're trying to be wholesome and open presents?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect
ma-
what the present is. I think you're overselling.
We're trying to be wholesome, man.
Yeah.
This is wholesome content. This is what the people want, okay? And you're ruining it with your dirty jokes.
How's that dirty?
Come on. Come on now. Parker, anyway. You win this water mug thing. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Has a Blazer logo. Has an American flag.
Parker loves America, so
Yeah. Perfect.
good for
Perfect
him.
present. I don't know. It's like a pretty legit one, too. It's pretty well made, I might say. So, that's what you win. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. We got 2 presents left. One of them is a they're both good. They're both good. But one of them
Is the best
good.
one is still out
In
there?
my opinion. In my opinion.
Nice.
It depends. All right.
Congrats,
Next
Parker.
person to roll is Blaze the Nugs.
Wow, congratulations.
Blaze the Nugs. You win a present. Too bad I'm not giving away any joints or smoking items.
That is illegal as shit.
Nugs is one of the funniest chatters. Yeah, this is a good guy to give it to.
He has good karma for saying something nice about Simons earlier in chat.
Oh yeah, see? Now you got to become the biggest Simons fan. Because this is what happens. You say nice
Not
thing
really.
about Simons, good things happen.
Well, much like we talked about earlier, I don't want him to fake like someone.
I mean, but maybe now he I don't know. He's gonna be more of a fan of him now. Maybe it'll be real emotions now. We got the little blue present and the big white present. You are the last person to choose. The next person will just get what's left.
I didn't say you changed on Simons. I said you said something nice about him.
The blue present. All right, I'll be right back. The blue present is a placeholder.
Oh, it's a placeholder. Oh, Tori with the trickery here. it's gonna be like a cardboard cutout of himself or something. Yeah, Zombie Bill and I have the same.
Any guesses what it is before I reveal? Hopefully I kept it off screen. I was hiding it, so it's a surprise. Alexis, yes. Yes, I hit Alexis behind my back. I knew chat would get wild with this. Arrow is drinking tonight. There's no way he's sober saying that.
Wow.
Is this a Boston Red Sox hoodie? No, it's a Blazers. It's a Blazers hoodie. All right,
Is it your Scoot stocks?
You could say that. So you say something nice about Simons, and you win a Scoot Cup.
Oh wow, wow!
You win a Scoot Cup.
Couldn't find anyone to trade that for a Klingon.
No, I'm not gonna say how many extras I got. Okay, I'm dealing out here, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm dealing out here.
Nice.
Yeah, that one was the one that I thought was the coolest one. So
I got a Scoot Cup too.
did you? Nice.
Yeah. My mom's friend who went to the game said she wanted me to have it, so that was very nice of her. Thank you, Joni. Nice, appreciate it.
I found a trade for one of my many Scoot Cups.
Oh, you have many?
I have. People gave me their things because they didn't want to wait in line for it. So.
I thought you still could only get one, though.
No. No.
Oh, they let you. Oh, wow.
I was just gonna say my friends went to the car because they wanted to pull up to pick a seat.
I bet you Sharp's not gonna.
Yeah. Well. So Stephen Vaughn is trading me a Klingon one for a Scoot one because his son is okay with it. So. Yeah. So,
okay. Cool.
Yeah. One of my many is going towards that.
Oh,
so.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw this going for like 150 on Facebook Marketplace. So, yeah, it's pretty cool cup, man. Pretty cool cup. So now this dude has to be an Ant fan and a Scoot fan. We just turned him into a super fan. All right. Last present. Unfortunately, you don't get to choose, but you do win something. Drum roll for the final winner. Jason Hawley.
Yes, Jason. Good job.
Shout out to Jason. Jason, just confirm that you're in the chat.
I saw him a few minutes ago, but...
Yeah. Once you confirm that you're in the chat, we will open this white present. The big white present.
Everyone says deck the halls with boughs of holly. Get it?
That's very funny. Look at that pun. All right. Hopefully you're still here. Scoot should have gone number 2. Listen, if you want to try and trade your present with someone else, just you can try. You can try. But all right, Jason, you win. Let me make sure I'm not doxing myself. Alrighty. Look at this duct tape job, man. Phenomenal duct tape work. And I didn't think about getting scissors, but this air pump works, man. Except I just broke it.
Sorry, we have a new person in chat.
A new what?
A new name in chat.
What's a new name? I only have talk chat on.
Instead of dominating 12, or I guess it'd be 13, we have Aiton, Meat Rider.
Aiton. Well, I respect the honesty. Jason.
Parker, you're just saying that because you won a prize. It was more fun than the game tonight. But yeah, that's true also.
Yeah, I mean that's our goal. We gotta outperform the team. All right. So, Jason, you get a Blazers t-shirt. Blazers t-shirt. Oh, that was sick. You know, it's a logo, but it looks like kind of like faded into the t-shirt. I got an XL, but if you want a different size, let me know. I can take it back and get you whatever size you want. Hopefully XL works, though. But, yeah, let me know. Anyway, that is our Christmas giveaway.
Yeah, good job, Tori.
Yeah, thank you. It's hot in here in this hoodie, man. I need to take it off. Just give me a second. It gets hot in this house, man. I don't know. I'm like very temperature sensitive, though. I'm not taking my hoodie off on stream either.
Wow, Trevin, wow. He says to run one more and then tell them they got nothing. Did you hear that, Tori?
What?
Trevin wants you to run it one more time and then say you got nothing.
Okay. Who gets nothing? Who gets nothing?
Maybe Trevin. Yes!
You get nothing, Eric!
Let's go! Winner!
That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Eric gets nothing.
I'm actually glad. I would have felt bad.
That's so funny that is you. I was like, watch, it's going to be Eric.
Much like Colt, I'm feeling the Christmas spirit. I want to pass my nothing on to someone else.
Oh, you want to pass your... Who wants Eric's nothing? Who gets Eric's nothing? Javon. You
nice.
won Eric's nothing.
Yes.
Congratulations. Is it more nothing than Aiton's defense is the question. Yeah, let's say, you know what it should be? If it selects somebody that participates in picks against the spread, they get to swap places with Eric. Nope, it's the energy warning again. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys had fun. We're going to keep doing fun things, man. I mean, this team is brutal, but I feel like we've succeeded in keeping post-game shows fresh, and doing these fun things on post-game shows, I think is I look forward to it. I enjoy it. It's tough to just talk about this team right now, so it's the best idea I've had in a long time for the channel. So, hopefully you guys feel the same way. We got 2 days off after this game, and then the Blazers play at home versus the Jazz, so they get to bounce back against the Jazz. And they're going to take that game seriously, considering the last time they played at home against the Jazz, they lost by 41. And the Jazz didn't have Markkanen. The schedule, the event night, it'll be a call-in night on Thursday, next game. The following Saturday, we're going to do our first mock draft, and then we'll have New Year's night on Monday, the 30th. And that'll be our last stream of the year. Eric, we got to get 2025 glasses.
All right.
2025 glasses.
It used to be a staple for me.
I am down.
I've worn the year ones on the show before.
Yeah. I am down to drink on that stream. Who's the guy that always gets like really drunk on the New Year's show? On one of the New Year's shows?
I don't know.
Like 1 year got too drunk. Chat. Let me know who I'm thinking of.
Wait, what day is that show?
Monday, the 30th.
That's not New Year's.
Yeah, but it's the last stream before the New Year. We don't play on
Yeah.
New Year's. But I don't work Tuesday or Wednesday. So
I can't get drunk on that.
you get to be the sober person. I get to be the drunk person. I swear there's a New Year's show like that. Sober Eric, drunk Tori on Monday night? That just means you get to mess with me. It's the 30th. It's the 30th. The postgame show on the 30th is the New Year's stream because it's the last stream of the year. We will take a look back at the year that was. Maybe I'll put together a little highlights compilation from the year. That would be fun to do. And I'll show that during the stream. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Energy Warning says, I'll have a drink out of my sick new tumbler. Is it even is that what it's called? It's a vacuum insulated vacuum insulated stainless steel, hand wash only, do not microwave, made in China, BPA free, designed in Texas. 18 ounce. That's what it says on the bottom. So, I don't know what to call it. Tumbler, I guess.
Why would we hire Willie Green as coach? We lacked intensity. Come on.
Yeah, no. If you won the giveaway, message me on Discord or Twitter or send me an email, blazersuprise@gmail.com with your shipping information so I can send this out to you. Those of you who won merch, we are still working on like making sure the print design is proper. So if you want merch, let me know and I can place an order once that's done. You can let me know, Discord or Twitter. But I will have like physical product like the beanies and stuff that we've announced, t-shirts and stuff. I will have that in hand at some point, so I will be able to show it on stream. You guys will know that it's legit.
That's what he's talking about, Alex.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then like the other prizes, I am putting those together now that I have some free time, man. Now I have some free time because it's a light work week. I got 4 days. I got like 6 days off in a row basically. So all that stuff, catching up on all that, and yeah, planning some stuff for 2025. It's nice being able to like only focus on the channel.
Yeah,
it's been a while, so I used to have more time to focus on the channel. Now it's a little tougher. But I still give it my all. I do my best. It's all we can ask for. Just do your best. Anyway. We'll take questions. If you guys need life advice, it's Christmas season, so we gotta help the people, Eric. If you guys need life advice, let us know. You're ready to go to bed? You can go to bed. I can give them life advice.
Got a long day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you do have a long day tomorrow. Yeah, I forget you work
And
Christmas
then
Eve.
I have to stay up late as well.
Yeah, well, I will give life advice. If you want to bow out, I fully understand because you do have a long day tomorrow. And, yeah.
All right, love you all. Merry Christmas. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. And, yeah. Well, I hope to see you on Thursday.
Yep. See you.
Merry Christmas.
See you later.
Christmas. Sorry.
Merry Christmas, Eric. Alrighty, chat. You guys got questions? I'll answer them. Q&A or life advice, especially. I can answer it. Also, let's see if I can make the behind the head shot. I'm determined to make this once this year, okay? Oh, that was was close. That's a tough shot. All right. Hey needs advice. What advice do you need? I got you. Let's do this. There we go. Do I live in Vancouver? Yes. Kind of. How do you deal with the amending reality that you will be 30 soon? I don't. It's scary. It's scary, man. But got to keep that youthful energy, you know? I used to love Portland, but after doing a 30-state road trip, I realized that there are plenty of other beautiful places to live in the U.S. Yeah, I mean, each region of the U.S. has its own, like, things to appreciate. So, yeah, being able to appreciate those things is a good thing, you know? I think people compare places too much. Hey said he needs advice. He says, my wife is coming here soon from another country. Okay, what do you need advice on? Tori, should I move to Portland? Do you just want to move for the hell of it? Do you job reasons? Portland is pretty expensive, so if you can afford it, then yeah. Energy Warning says, thanks for the giveaway. That was really nice. I still watch every postgame show, by the way. Awesome, man. I know I don't see you in every postgame, but it's good to hear you still watch. It's always good to see you in chat. Tori, how do I find my happiness in the Blazers again? You just enjoy the storylines and enjoy anticipating what's going to happen with this team. That's the only way to enjoy them. Hey, just wants general advice on his wife coming from another country. Have you met her? Is it a green card marriage? Like, I feel like I just need more context here. I feel like this is lacking in a lot of context. I'd love to give you advice, but I feel like I can't give you proper advice if I don't understand the situation. What should I say at the Lakers-Blazers game next week? Are you courtside? Do you want to heckle LeBron? Go viral? And Bargain Box says, I've been finding that out the hard way since I moved back. What? How expensive housing is? Did the Jailblazers make me a fan? No. I became a fan in like 2020 or 20. I almost said 2025. Yeah, I'm not a fan yet, guys. I became a fan in like 2005, 2006. Just marriage advice? My hands have no rings on them. So, I mean, I guess just don't treat her like shit and listen to her and do small, nice gestures. Because that will be appreciated by the right person. The wrong person might think you're trying too hard. So it depends on who you married. And find ways to have fun. Don't get stuck in a rut. Don't get stuck just not going out, not doing anything. Don't get too comfortable in terms of like not having fun, because you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to go out and do things. It becomes mundane. Otherwise. That is my best advice from a non-married man. Tori isn't married, doesn't have kids, and we don't know his financial situation. Let's calm down with the life advice. Listen, man, that doesn't mean I don't have life experience, though. Okay? I got some life experience. I started the greatest Trailblazers podcast ever. okay? That's better than getting married. That's better than having kids. Alvaro, exactly. There might be a difference between reality and what I want you guys to think. Just kidding. Which one is that, Blazers Uprise? Where can I watch it? Where can you watch what? Which one is what? Cole, I just gave you a present, bro. How are you going to say that, man? I just gifted you a present. The greatest podcast ever. Arrow, go hang out on your Rip City Reddit, okay? Maybe I should out you as one of my spies over there. Chat, Arrow's one of my Rip City Reddit spies. Don't tell anyone. Arrow, you let them find out? You're a bad spy. What did I hire you for if you let them find out? What am I paying you for? Hey, Tori, do you like throw a tennis ball against your wall for cat-like reflex? I feel like it's not a reflex because you know where it's going, so you anticipate it. Reflexes have to be something you don't anticipate. Do you know of any good coaching prospects? Miami Heat's head assistant coach is interesting. I forget his name, but works with Spoelstra. Tori, can you let the cat out of the bag? I mean, let the cat in your room. Nah, the cat's sleeping. They interrogated you? Explain. Explain this interrogation. Chris Quinn, yeah, that's his name. Hoping for more cat appearances in 2025. There will be some for sure. Doesn't come over to this part of the house often, though. Where'd my basketball go? There it is. Brutal. Imagine that hit my computer. Or the scoop glass on my desk. No more scoop glass. You get shards of a scoop glass. Thoughts on our Mariners? We had Trent in here earlier. Trent Calmer. We're doing a Mariners channel together. So I don't know how much I'll do, but they suck. They don't do anything. Their ownership's cheap. They piss me off. You gotta take care of his advice and not put your hand on top of the ball. I was taking my hand off the ball though. It's taking it off. I've been practicing, just not sitting down. And I'm breaking stuff. Embarkings are real life kings. Embarkings all the way. Thank you, Embarking Box, for the $2 donation. Sohan it. That shot looks broken. Do we gotta have an OG stream like we did for year one and pull up the Rip City 3-on-3 highlights on stream? Does anybody remember that? Was anybody here for that? Sometimes I'm just like, I miss the way we streamed before we were famous. No, just kidding. But sometimes I do miss the way we streamed like year one. You want to see my best dunk? Look at my Discord picture. Allison in here. What's up, Allison? I think it's jingle bells, plural, but good try. On the small hoop, foo. I mean, I don't have to jump, so I could 1080 degree triple between the legs. Dunk. How tall am I? I'm 5'1". Arrow, the funny thing is that might be close. No, that's not close. Yeah, I say 5'1" because I'm actually 4'11". 2 meters is 6'6". Yeah, I'm not 2 meters. I'm 1.2 meters. I wish America would get rid of Imperial units already. Never, ever. We like our measurements the way they are, okay? Okay, I'm 6'4", in case you were seriously asking. I'm 6'4". With a bag, with a jumper, and I can pass. I'm just not athletic anymore. Also, the bag might not be as good as it used to be, but Coke or Pepsi? Coke. All types of Coke. Celsius 2, why do you always have to use different measurements than anyone else? I mean, Celsius, you guys barely, I don't know. Why do you have to make 100 boiling and 0 freezing? I like our measurements because it's once it enters triple digits, it's really hot. And once it's 0, it's yeah, it might be dangerously cold. And then everything in between is in between those two, those two things. You go past 100, it's you might get heat stroke. You go below 0, it's you might get frostbite. It's very intuitive. All right? It's very intuitive. So 100 boiling and 0 freezing makes too much sense to use anything else. Yeah, it makes too much sense. It's not. As a human, there is no difference for you between 150 degrees and 214 degrees. You're not water. If it gets that hot outside, you're dying anyway. Humans are mostly water. Yeah, but if you're Arrow, let me see how long you last in 150 degree heat. Which would you like, 0 or 100 degrees? 0. Maybe 100. Yeah, probably 100. I do like the cold, though. And you can always add layers. Connor says they both suck. Nah. Fahrenheit is intuitive. We like our measurements intuitive. Alvaro says, used to be a competitive swimmer, swam for the first time in years yesterday, and boys, at humbling coming back to a sport that you used to feel was so easy to you. The thing is, I still play basketball twice a week. I'm still pretty good, too. I think I'm better at some things than I was when I played in college, but I was, in great shape and had young legs and on a good day could, 360, and those days were fun. This year, I will dunk again. My ankle's gotten better. I rolled my ankle of September of last year, so it's been over a year, and it's been like chronically messed up. Finally doing my own like self rehab. So I'm gonna dunk again this year. It's gonna happen. I'm determined. Gonna get in shape again. Tori, do you still think you will dunk when you're 36? Yes, I will be in better shape when I'm 36 than I am now. That's the goal. Blondes or brunettes? I can't answer that question because I am biased towards my girlfriend, Alex. I can dunk a tennis ball, but my knees want to explode. Yeah, I could still dunk a tennis ball. But it's painful. Why can't you give a biased answer? Alright, I like purple hair. They're the craziest. Arrow is on one tonight. His contextual comprehension is suffering. Damn, I haven't looked at the viewer count in a while. We're below 100. First time in Postgame in like years. Shout to you. Hey Tori, do you and Eric play 2-on-2 basketball? If so, when in Vancouver, we play pickup runs. If you're cool and we know you through chat and you're in the Portland area and you want to come play pickup runs, message us on Twitter. You can message us right now. We'll add you to a group chat that we have. Ever since you moved, the word girlfriend has been dropped a significant amount more. Happy for you. Allison, I just got to make sure people know that I touch grass. Is all that is. Remove the G and the R. Just kidding. Is DeRosa cool? He called into the show. He was cool, yeah. Johnny's great, man. Touch rug more like? What does that mean? What does that mean? Gee Willikers, that sucked. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm a California, you can't trust me. At least you're not a Floridian. Medina, I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke anything. Smoke free. I get high off my own anxiety. Bouquet, that is not true. Alvaro, you're funny, man. You're funny. Arrow, no. That might have been a deal breaker. I don't mess with it. I don't judge people for doing it. I just don't mess with it. Don't like the smell. G. Liquor says, why do I feel like that's an Aiden quote? I get high off my anxiety. You should answer Colt's question. Thoughts on therapy, struggling heavily with mental health recently? Yeah, I mean, therapy is always good to try. I don't think you can ever, make things worse with therapy, and it helps a lot of people. Some people need the right therapist or need the right type of therapy, right? So it's not like something that's guaranteed to help. I don't want to make it sound like it's guaranteed to help, but it's definitely a good thing to try. But also I think just becoming more self-aware of why you are struggling mentally or why you feel negative emotions is something that you can always practice yourself. Like, if you want to give me more context on that, feel free. But if you don't want to do that in a YouTube chat, I fully understand. Thoughts on polygamy? Yes. Has my girl seen the early on streams? I showed her my ranting compilation, so kinda. Life advice section always becomes unhinged. Unhinged is the best. It's nothing better than unhinged post game. The amount of lawsuits against BetterHelp should tell you everything you need to know about that. I mean, that's for like selling your data though, or something like that. I don't know. That's not making mental health worse, right? It's just other issues. But yeah. I don't even want to go into that. Did I ever find the droopy nose bug? Nah, it flew away. Luckily, where I'm at now doesn't get anywhere near as many bugs. A lot less trees around me. There's enough trees. Because I like trees, but old place was like in a forest. Johnny, yeah, DM one of us on Twitter and ask to be added to the pickup basketball group chat. Is there anything we can do to help get you more sponsors, by the way, Tori? Like, can we email or fill out forms? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, most companies just won't look at channels that don't get like at least 10,000 views a video or a live stream. Like, I work with a ton of sponsors now, and you know, I've kind of realized it's just hard. Just hard. The best way is just to, if you know people that would enjoy our content, share it with them. Because we just got to keep growing. Local companies is like more of a... Local sponsorships is more possible than like national companies that already do creator marketing. But it's also more work because like a local restaurant doesn't have something set up for that. It's not as simple as just like pitching your channel and they'll give you assets and they'll give you a script to read, and that's how it works with like a lot of YouTube sponsors. What is Hog Media? Is that something you created? So I had somebody that covers the Padres, has a Padres channel, that found my channel like 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago. Really liked the graphics that I made, wanted some help with his channel. This guy was a former, or at the time he was an agent at CAA, like was in their sports agency. CAA is one of the biggest sports agencies out there. And like really good networker, that sort of thing. So I became friends with him and helped him with graphics and stuff. And then he decided to start a business and like for creator marketing. And I've been like his right-hand guy for that. So I basically run the company with him. And I do like a lot of the small stuff, managing campaigns and doing any graphics that we need for campaigns, like all the way down to like invoicing and basically everything outside of actually selling to sponsorships. I have a hand in, so like planning our social medias next year, workflow and reviewing sponsored content from our creators, and yeah, there's like a lot of different stuff. So that's why it's like I'm super busy, but yeah, it's a legitimate business. I mean, if you know any sports creators, there's a good chance that we work with them. Maybe good chance is slightly over exaggerating, but if you listen to other sports creators, you can drop their name in the chat. I'll let you know if those are one of our guys. Any Stones Valley collabs incoming? Yeah, next time we play them. Wrong handle, dude. Perfect, guys. Oh, not like that big. Like more team specific creators, like creators that cover teams. The unfortunate thing with like bigger channels is they're already signed on to agencies, so it's really tough to work with them. But like, if you know somebody that like covers a team specifically, that's kind of where we focus on. Also, what's up, Peter? Good to see you, man. Hey, Tori, how about Brandon Nelson, the Seahawks guys? Yeah, that's one of the guys we work with. Brandon Nelson, Norb Cam, Seahawks Forever podcast. How about Meringue? Hell no. Hell no. Although it would be funny if I helped him make money with this podcast and made some money off of it myself, you know? That would be... That might be an option in the no distant future, which is funny. What would it take for you and him to... Bro, Bouquet, you gotta stop drinking, my guy. That's a crazy autocorrect, man. That's a crazy autocorrect. You and he who must not be named are not harmonious. Hey, no, not at all. Really don't like the guy. Romp, that Philly guy? Yeah, Romp. But Romp's been a friend of mine for like 3 years already. Hey, Tori, how about any 49ers podcasts? Yeah, a bunch of Niners podcasts too. If you got to choose one Blazer Media member to work with, who would it be? Steven Vaughn. Connor Berggren at Blazers Edge is cool. He's credentialed. And then Justin Myers is a good guy. Maybe there will be a podcast on the side with us four. Grant Cohn. Yes, Grant Cohn. Lamar Hurd doesn't have a YouTube channel. Rip City Retro? No. Rich is doing great, man. It's just, gotta keep growing. Like, I say that as nicely as possible because I love Rich. And he's definitely dealt with some obstacles, which has made it tougher for him to keep growing that channel. But if he keeps growing, then definitely, I would love to help Rich out. Alvaro Bazan has a super chat. Yes, I see that. Shout out to Alvaro. $2 donation says, for all the life advice, thankful for Blazers Uprise. Thankful for you, Alvaro. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for gifting the membership earlier. Thank you for your overall positivity. Who's your favorite professional acapella Blazer fan? Yeah, so there's this dude named Peter, who's pretty good singer, man. Pretty good acapella. How would you say somebody that does acapella? What would you call them? An acapellagist? Shout out to Peter. Oh my goodness, gifting 20 memberships. 20 memberships. I didn't even know you could gift 20 memberships. That's crazy. Shout out to Peter. My guy, man. My guy. We got Zombie Bill winning a membership. Dro winning a membership. Braden Tennis is in here. Good to see you, Braden, winning a membership. Anthony. Snackin' K. Blue Wolf. Moshman. Quentin Smith. BC. Pim. Sude. We got Sude in here. The Supersonics is back was gifted a membership. This is how you bring out the lurkers, man. You just gift memberships. Jason wins a membership. Henjin Pen gifted a membership. Atlas. Anthony Simons Burner wins a membership. Wasabi, Conson, Austin Haseman, and Cuddy Soup all gifted memberships. Shout out to you, Peter. Appreciate you, man. You're the GOAT. The greatest acapellagist there ever was. Is there actually a... I do want to know, is there actually a word for somebody that does acapella? Like one word, like acapellagist or something like that? Because I know that's probably not it. Peter Hollins needs a sticker. Yeah, we owe Peter a sticker, man. Professional dork. I'm one of those. Acapellian? Google. Is acapella... How do you even spell acapella? My brain's not working. Is acapellian a word? AI says yes, the word acapellian is a word that describes a member of an a cappella group. Acapella diacono. Peter says, holy crap, I didn't even know that. Yeah, it's also AI, so it might be wrong, but that's what the Google AI tells me. None of the search results are actually like giving me anything with that though, so I don't know where the AI got that from. I don't know if I would believe it. Dropping knowledge left and right. Yeah, once again, thank you for the memberships, man. Shout out to everybody who won one as well. We're doing like prospect notes in the new year for channel members, so you guys will be able to get access to those. I'm going to spend like this Christmas break working on that sort of stuff, so I'm super excited for that. Oh, did I say Blue Wolf won a membership too? I think I might have skipped Blue Wolf. Shout out to Blue Wolf as well. What's your hot take on the year so far, by the way? If you were forced to drop one you haven't yet, Feet to the Flames. That's tough because normally I feel like we have a lot of hot takes, but it's starting to feel like most of the fan base agrees with our takes right now. And I mean, my classic hot take is just I don't think Joe Cronin is particularly good. I mean, I think my biggest hot take might be DeAndre Ayton is the third best center on this team. And I think that's a hot take simply because of nights like tonight where he's 8 for 11 from the field, scores the ball. But I just think like his defense in combination with how many offensive rebounds he gives up with his inconsistent effort at times, I think you can't count on him as much as you can count on Robert Williams. And then Klingen's been a little rough lately. I don't think he's 100% when he is on. He's, I think, more impactful just because of what he can do on the defensive end and sets better screens, does the little things, hustles. So yeah, that would probably be my biggest hot take right now. I'm close to the point where I'm like thinking that Jeremy Grant has zero trade value on his contract. But like in NBA circles, that's not a hot take. In Blazer circles, that would be. But I'm not all the way there yet. So yeah, those are my hot takes. Yeah, and I mean, we're just waiting for the trade deadline, just waiting for things to change. Storylines are what I talked about this earlier on the stream. Storylines is what's keeping me intrigued with this team right now. Just waiting to see what's next. This is just a tough time of year where it's like, man, we really got to trade Grant. We really got to trade Ayton. And it's probably not going to happen for at least another month. And it's just waiting for some dominoes to fall. Or waiting for them to do nothing and us to roast them. Because we will. Oh my goodness. That stream will be something else. JP Savvy says, Tori, we talked about that on the Discord earlier too. Yeah, sorry, I've not been able to check the Discord today. But shout out to you guys that hang out in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, click the description, the link in the description below. We had a lot of people in the Discord today, which is great. We're still trying to grow that, so you can join the Discord. Any mailbags we do in the future, we will ask for questions in our Discord. Our call-in stream is the next stream, so if you want to call into the show, make sure you're in our Discord as well. We also tag everyone in there whenever we drop a piece of content. So if you have notifications on, then you'll get tagged when we drop a mailbag prompt or drop a video or start a live stream. And then our mock-off season all takes place in our Discord as well, and that's how you can keep up with all the trades and stuff we do in our mock-off season. So we do a lot of fun stuff through our Discord. Always trying to think of more things to do in our Discord. I'll probably conceptualize some things over this winter break now that I have time to think. So make sure to click the link in the description. Tori, in a vacuum, who you taking? Blazers DeAndre Ayton or Blazers Hassan Whiteside? Blazers Hassan Whiteside was on an expiring contract, right? So, if I recall correctly, so I'll take Whiteside. Hey, Tori, just send Dominating Boss to potential trade teams chats. Yeah, can the Dominating guy go campaign for him to go to other teams? We got shooters, LMFAO. Y'all remember that? Dude, it would be funny to have Ayton and Whiteside's personalities together. Eric Hassan Whiteside rant was epic in 2020. I don't remember that. Can you, Alex, could you find that and send it to me? Something in 2025 I want to do is like a Throwback Thursday on our TikTok, if that's still a thing, or maybe Instagram Reels. Just post a old random clip. I have a bunch of random clips saved in a spreadsheet, actually, so that's something we're doing in 2025 that I haven't really announced yet. And Bargain Box says, congrats on your win this Sunday, Tori. Yeah, I'm in my fantasy football championship next week, guys, so wish me luck. The thing is, I had Jalen Hurts, James Conner, and Drake London. Jalen Hurts got hurt at the start of his game. James Conner got hurt like just after halftime, and Drake London got hurt at the start of the fourth quarter. So I got screwed by injuries and still won 135-111. So that's exciting. Would you trade Nurk back if you lost Kamara to ditch Ayton? No. At that point, I'd rather just wait out Ayton's contract, even though that would suck, to keep Kamara long term. Yeah, absolutely agree, Peter. Connor says you've already won, Tori. Don't need to give you luck. Why are you jinxing me, brother? It's unnecessary. Brendan says Devon Achane a beast. Yeah, I got Devon Achane. He's been going off for me. I got Brock Bowers. I got Devon Achane and Brock Bowers in a trade. I traded Debo. Who did I trade? I traded Debo, Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy, and Dalton Kincaid. And got back Achane and Bowers. That trade saved my season. Bro, Eric's rant when we played the Grizzlies game I went to was epic from a few years back. Parker, if you can find that and send that to me, please do. Because the thing is, like, Eric doesn't even rant anymore because he doesn't even feel strongly enough to rant anymore. So I want to post some throwback clips or maybe make a rant compilation for Eric. Because I know I did one for myself couple years ago. I need to make one for Eric. So if you guys have a favorite Eric Brandt rant and you can find like the link and the timestamp to it, that would make it possible because my memory is not good enough and going through and finding it would be tough for me to do by myself. So if you guys want to help me with that, you can just DM me the link on Twitter or message me on Discord or email me blazersuppress@gmail.com. A Brant rant compilation would be epic. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that. If you guys haven't seen my rant video, you can search it. Tori's Greatest Rants. I feel like I don't even rant the same way as I used to. Am I wrong, chat? Do I rant the same way I used to? I used to be a little bit more over the top, I feel like. I'll still get worked up, but Allison says, IDK, anytime he says, I'm pissed off is so funny, but so validating in the moment. You used to curse more. I still will curse if it's bad enough. Peter says, I feel like you can still get heated in a good way, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I'm emotional about the team, you know, and I get frustrated. So I've always figured, like, why not show that? Because it's like a lot of people feel the same emotions and the same frustrations with the team. Why hide it? Why muffle that, you know? Why not just let it all out? So I'm glad I made that decision from the start. Because I feel like a lot of people just try and play it safe and play things down the middle and please everyone, and just doesn't make for good content, in my opinion. When Tori throws his hat, I get hyped, LOL. Yeah, I don't have anything behind me. I need to build out this room. So, like, I got, like, a TV stand I need to sell. If anybody wants that TV stand, let me know. But, like, I literally have nothing over here. So, I need to build out this room. So I'm thinking about putting a chair over there and a TV over here. I got my Nerf hoop. I need to put more stuff in the background. You don't wear hats on streams as much. Yeah, I just stopped caring. Gonna go to IKEA. Yeah, at some point. Probably. I don't know. I want to put like a mini fridge back there. I want to put like something on the wall. I want to put like a showcase that can slide in front of my closet door. Something in the closet. I'm still figuring it out. I just got so tired of moving in and buying stuff that like I didn't even want to do anything else. So how long do you need to know if you're going to marry someone? There is no rule there, Allison. I mean, as long as you need. Do you like Schmitz and the scouting staff? I mean, I'm not. People like Schmitz just because they know him, so they think he's great. But, like, if it wasn't somebody that worked at ESPN, you wouldn't really know him. And I feel like he doesn't have a track record of drafting to sit here and say that he is great or that he is bad. I feel like it's been a mixed box, a mixed bag. Would you like Cronin if he didn't trade Dame? If he built around Dame effectively and, like, took a shot, yeah. But the thing is, I don't think he knew how to build around Dame effectively. The way he handled the Dame thing, I don't like him for. And then the thing is, I'm still sitting here like, okay, if you handle this rebuild the right way, I'll give you credit. But I feel like he's not handling the rebuild the right way either. Tori, what is your favorite mascot? Douglas fir. I don't know. I'm not a mascot aficionado like Robin Lopez is. Trevor said he had the big board during the draft lottery that had Keegan fourth and that you hated on at that time. Yeah, I did not like Keegan fourth. Have you commented lately on Denny and your feelings on on how he's shaping up? I wish we didn't have a logjam, so he was just in there with Sharp and Co. Yeah, I love Denny. I mean, I was telling people to be patient when he was struggling at the start of the year because he's a good player, and now he's been our best forward for the past month at least. Maybe our best player for the past month. It's a shame that he's not starting. It's a shame that he has games where he plays great and only plays like 21 minutes. It's another reason why they have to trade Grant. So I've been a little frustrated with his lack of playing time, but I'm really happy with how he's playing. He's a legitimate player, and I still like that trade they made for him, even though some people think it's too much value to give up. So yeah, I'm still happy with that trade. If I had to fight any NBA player, past or present, but in their prime, who would you pick and why? Peyton Pritchard, because I blocked him, so I could probably beat him in a fight too. That's how that works, right? Denny's not staying here past his contract, likely. I mean, he's in year one of a 4-year contract extension, and I don't know why you'd necessarily feel that way, Colt. I mean, luckily, we don't have to worry about that for a long time. Anyway, my voice is starting to give up on me, so would love to keep streaming. Appreciate all you guys that hang out with us late in these streams, ask all the questions you guys ask. It makes for a fun stream, so I appreciate all you guys. Shout out Peter Hollins for donating 20 gifted memberships. That's huge. Shout out to Alvaro for donating the gifted membership and the donation. Shout out Embarking Box for the donation. Appreciate you guys. If you guys won a giveaway item, please send me your shipping info so I can send it to you. Send it to me on Twitter DMs or Discord messages, or blazersuprez@gmail.com is an email if you want to do it that way. Just let me know so I can ship it out to you guys. And we got a stream coming up on Thursday. We'll have picks against the spread, and we will have the post game after the Blazers take on the Jazz, and that'll be a call-in night. So if you want to call into the show, you'll be able to do so for the second hour of that show. If you want to call in, just make sure you're in our Discord because we do the call-ins through our Discord. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a happy holidays. Have a Merry Christmas, or, if you celebrate something else, hopefully it's good. Enjoy your time with your family, and yeah, just enjoy the rest of the year, man. It's almost 2025. That's crazy. So I appreciate all you guys. I truly mean it. You guys make this channel special, and the least I could do is give back to you with the stuff that we gave away today. So appreciate all of you. We're out of here. Hit the like button on the way out. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Become a channel member. Click the join button. If you weren't lucky and didn't get gifted one, you can still click the join button. $2 a month is the cheapest membership. You'll get access to our draft notes in 2025. And we got some fun stuff around the corner. Trade deadline coming up in a month and a half. Super excited for that so we can move on from this iteration of the Portland Trailblazers. The Blazers lose tonight by 24 to the Dallas Mavericks. Hopefully they can do better against the Jazz at home than they did the first time on Thursday. Anyway, I'm out of here. Catch you next time. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers!